93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He was on his way to meet his parents at a baseball game. Clear radar in downtown Indianapolis. We have 64 now, 77 later. Good Monday morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. A man shot inside of a downtown Indianapolis parking garage has died. Police say officers found 23-year-old Brett Scroggum in the upper level of a garage along South Capitol Avenue last week after someone reported hearing a gunshot and seeing a person run away from the building. He died yesterday. His friend James Wilson told Fox 59 that Scroggum was dedicated to the people in his life and always showed up for his friends.
He was, such a good friend, and he was willing to drive 12 hours to come all the way down there to support me and be in my wedding. Hopefully that's a testament to show, how much he cared, and he was willing to come and support me.
Scroggum was just going to meet his family at the Indianapolis Indians game. He also was a top 100 student at the IU Kelley School of Business. Indianapolis Fraternal Order of Police President Rick Snyder says he's seeing a pattern tied to violent spikes in the city following a series of police calls over Memorial Day weekend.
One of the things that we see as a common denominator, again, are the issues of the heart, juvenile violent offenders running around, oftentimes compounded by adult repeat violent offenders.
Snyder told WIBC's Hammer and Nigel Friday that crime is down overall compared to past years, but there are still monthly spikes. He said 18 people were either shot or stabbed between Friday and Monday of Memorial Day weekend. Ball State football player Gavin Yates Lyons, only 18, has died after being injured in a shooting in Tallahassee, Florida. The university confirmed Sunday that the freshman defensive back died from injuries that he suffered in a May 24th shooting in a parking garage. Yates Lyons was one of three people caught in the crossfire. Alex Palou, IndyCar driver, won at the Detroit Grand Prix. He has a sizable lead trying for his fourth straight title. I'm Ryan Hedrick. On the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together next on a Monday morning. It's 6:04.
Summer is coming. Wouldn't you like to sleep up to 10 degrees cooler? This is Spencer Thompson from Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. And right now, during the Memorial Day mattress sale, save up to $900 on the best mattresses by Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Bedgear. Sleep sound with up to 4 years interest-free financing, free delivery, and mattresses that sleep cool all night long. Sale ends Monday, June 1st, only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Radio 1 Indianapolis is hiring. We're seeking an assistant accounting manager with a background in accounts payable, accounts receivable, and payroll. If you have at least 3 years of experience, at least a 2-year degree, and would love the opportunity to work in the broadcast industry, we'd like to hear from you. Please send your resume to Natalie at nsummers@radio-1.com. Come work for Radio 1. Send your resume to Natalie at nsummers@radio-one.com.
All right, we're looking pretty good here so far as we check out inbound 69. Good morning, Fishers. Looking good coming down from State Road 37 to 465. That's 4 minutes. And continuing on Binford Boulevard, Fall Creek Parkway into the city center. That's going to be 13 minutes. No delays or anything to slow you down here at the moment. Have a safe Monday morning ride in. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. LG was just named the most reliable appliance brand by Consumer Reports. Shop the full LG lineup at grandappliance.com or your local Grand Appliance showroom today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
It's good to hear Matt's voice again. He should never go on vacation. 61 degrees right now in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:06. Indianapolis is not unsafe because a 23-year-old was shot and killed in a parking garage. Indianapolis is unsafe because the leadership has determined that safety is not the most important issue. Indianapolis is unsafe because people of Indianapolis vote for leadership that has determined that safety is not the most important issue. Everything can be changed. It just has to change. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. The story at WIBC.com through our news gathering partners at Fox 59 about Brett Scroggum. The parking garage on Capitol Avenue, heading to a baseball game to see the Indians. Gunshot, a man saw running from the garage. That man, 23-year-old Brett Scroggum, died on Sunday. And there are stories about certainly him, kind of student he was, graduating IU, Kelley School of Business, the future he had in front of him. There are stories of eyewitnesses, and no one took their statement until they could reach somebody Sunday night, even though the police there didn't take a statement. There's a real question about that. There is what I think is the AI-generated statement from Joe Hogsett, the mayor. And, of course, this all gets preceded by a back and forth between the prosecutor of Marion County, Ryan Mears, and the mayor of Carmel, Sue Finkham, regarding crime that is moving northward. Mayor Finkham is scheduled to be on the show at 7:15. You may want to tune in for that. And there are also some things that Carmel has to recognize, that if you are not focused on certain attitudes and activities, certain types of construction, you might be inviting in other issues. But there can be no question that Marion County is a problem because the leadership refuses to lead. And the city council can yell and scream at me and call me names and pretend to ignore me all they choose. They can't ignore us. Wait, they really try to ignore us. Because the people of Marion County are the ones who tell us it's none of our business. We don't even live here. And it is this show that stated quite clearly that if you don't pay attention, the issue grows. It's okay, the crime, it's nothing more than a self-cleaning oven. That was an argument that was made when I first moved here, and I said, that is an insane argument. As if these issues don't get exported. We're on the record from the beginning, knowing that this is the way it works. Why? Because this is always the way it works. Bad leadership, an unwillingness to deal with the problems as they are, lead to the problems growing. Joe Hogsett and Ryan Mears aren't willing to do the work. They're not capable of doing the work. Do you think I care? Should you care whether they like what we say? It means nothing. End this nonsense and walk away. Resign. You can't do it. We all see it. We're all experiencing it. The donut counties should suffer because you're inept. Because you're such a radical ideologue, Prosecutor Mears, you won't prosecute? Nah. Now, why don't you go get another job? Why don't you go pretend to do some lawyering elsewhere? You're not tough, you're not strong, you're not competent, you're not capable. Tony, you're talking about Hogsett or you're talking about Mears? Honestly, apply it to both. 3 terms for Joe Hogsett. Well, I just want to see the job done. What job do you think's being done? We have crime down nationwide. It has nothing to do with you. 0. You're the guy who rehires the sexual abuser. You didn't do anything to bring down crime. As a matter of fact, one could argue you're a reason it's a little bit higher. You're not good at this. You're not capable of doing this. You don't have what it takes. I would say come on the show and explain your position, but you're not going to do it. So why should I pretend that we could ever have a rational conversation when you're an irrational actor thinking that you, Mayor Hogsett, are making a difference in this city? But hey, I'm just the guy on radio, right? When does this city do something? When does Herb Simon open his mouth? When does Dave Ricks open his mouth? When does Jeff Smulyan open his mouth? When do they start talking and saying, this isn't working? Oh, I'm supposed to not say anything because I'm talking about a few $1 billion combined? I don't have a few $1 billion. I can do it. What's stopping them? What's stopping the so-called civic leaders? What's stopping the people of Marion County? Good questions. Yeah. Let's keep asking them directly to their face. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Alex Brown. The mayor of Hammond discusses the fight for the Chicago Bears. More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Brought to you by the proud members of the Indiana Laborers District Council and affiliate local unions who build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
Applied Innovation customer Chris Saberin, Executive Director of the Children's Grief Center, depends on Applied Innovation for all his office technology services.
Applied Innovation is one of our strongest partners here at the agency. You know, we have our phone services through Applied Innovation, our copier services through Applied Innovation, and our shred services. And I also know that they're looking out for our future.
And you don't hesitate to recommend Applied Innovation?
I would highly recommend them at any time, and we'd be glad to have a conversation about our very positive experiences. I know the services from Applied Innovation are reliable, and you know, when it comes to IT, anything IT, it has to be reliable, because when it's not, we lose time, we lose money, and most importantly here, we lose connection with our families who come for our services, and we just can't have that as a service agency.
Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com. Applied Innovation.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaelis owner Richard Michaelis. Richard, what are signs that your home is telling you there's something wrong?
Hi, Pat. You're going to see cracks, musty smells, sticking doors, pooling water. That could mean there could be a foundation issue or a basement crawl space issue. If you see or smell something like this, call Michaelis for a free inspection.
Wow, I bet you're fun at parties. If you suspect there might be an issue, get peace of mind of knowing for sure. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. 844-FIX-INDY.
Our grandfather started the Tom Roush Auto Group in 1972 with one simple belief: to treat people right.
Today, as the Roush third generation, we are proud to carry that forward with hundreds of quality used cars you can trust.
And long after the sale, our service departments are here to take care of you with oil changes, repairs, and everything in between.
Need to sell your car? We'll buy it no matter the age or mile.
Come visit us at one of our locations in Westfield and Fishers, or visit us at tomroush.com.
See why for your next car, you should ride with Roush.
Hey, Denny Smith here. Spring's a perfect time to reset your water quality, especially with this deal from C&J Water. For a limited time, purchase any water softener and you get your choice of a free add-on system valued at $1,000. Choose from a reverse osmosis system for clean drinking water, a dechlorinator for chlorine-free water, or a UV light system for bacteria-free water. Call 317-742-9287 or cnjwater.com. C&J Water, official partner of the Indiana Pacers and Fever.
Traffic on the fives, and Matt Bear is in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Good morning, Tony. Interstates look pretty good right now as we check out northbound 65 through the construction. Wide open right now, 465. A little bit of slowdown after Raymond Street into the south split. Then construction up to Washington, but we're moving up to speed in that construction zone. Hancock County westbound 70 good enough right now from State Road 9 to 465 on the east side. I have you on 12 minutes even through the construction, but no delays or incidents to slow you down. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Spend less time at the pump in a new Honda Hybrid. Enjoy impressive fuel efficiency, responsive performance, and the reliability you expect from Honda. Visit Great Lakes Honda of Fishers today. I'm Matt Bear. Traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
65 degrees. Oh, it's warming up like crazy out there. It was just 61, now it's 65. What's next? 66? Crazy talk. 65 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling will pay you cash for your scrap metal. Raised Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling are names you know, but did you know they'll pay you cash for your scrap? Aluminum, steel, copper, brass. Cash is king. Drop it off or schedule a pickup and put money in your pocket. Raised Demolition and Farnsworth Metal Recycling.
Farnsworth Metal Recycling, a familiar face in Indy.
2 locations. Get started at farnsworthmetals.com.
This is a message from the Office of the Indiana Attorney General.
Here's an update on the gas tax suspension and our consumer protection efforts during this emergency. To provide transparency, we launched an informational dashboard at infuelwatch.com. That's infuelwatch.com, and it's tracking more than 4,600 gas stations across the state. Now, you can see the same thing our investigators are seeing and help identify stations that may be charging unfair prices. So far, we've received more than 160 complaints about potential gas gouging, and we're investigating each one of them. These complaints, combined with our own monitoring, have led us to opening formal investigations into over 10 major retailers and wholesalers. Also, we've made official inquiries on nearly 100 additional retailers about their pricing. These investigations are going to take time. We are only going where the facts lead us and where, like all professional investigations, such facts exist. The moment we take the next step, we'll let you know. We remain committed to holding accountable anyone who exploits Hoosiers during this emergency.
To file a complaint, go to indianaconsumer.com.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
You showed me how to do exactly what you do, how I fell in love with you.
Iran really wants to make a deal, and it will be a good one for the USA and those that are with us. But don't the Democrats and various seeming unpatriotic Republicans understand that it is much tougher for me to properly do my job and negotiate when political hacks keep negatively chirping at levels never seen before, over and over again, that I should move faster or move slower or go to war or not go to war or whatever? President Trump out there on the Truth Social at 1 o'clock this morning. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning, guys. Good to be with you. I don't know if it was a restless night or if it was his standard. I have now settled in to an average of 6.5 hours. That's how much sleep I get. If people have often asked, do I ever sleep? 6.5 hours. I don't know why it is. I don't know. It doesn't matter what happened the night before. It doesn't matter when I went to bed. 6.5 hours, I'm up. Now, sometimes it's only 6 hours. Sometimes it's 6 hours and 40 minutes. It's in that 6.5 hour range. That's why I sleep. I don't know what the president does. But he did right. Just sit back and relax. It will all work out well in the end. It always does. Which, oddly enough, is exactly what Matt Bear has on his Tinder account. Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to let that sit there for a minute.
It's there. It's there.
Yeah, right? You can't. I'm not going to unring the bell. I went for the place. And I could have used anybody. I just want to say, Matt, I could have said myself. I could have said Ethan Hatcher. I could have used anybody on that one. Anyone right there. But I used you, and I want to say right now, it was worth it.
Absolutely. How are people getting a hold of my Tinder information? That's what I want to know.
I believe they're going to wherever you go for Tinder and just look up the Woolly Bear.
The Woolly Bear.
The Woolly Bear.
At Woolly Bear, SouthSplit.net.
That's right. You can also check out his other account, the South Split.
The South Split.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl.
Just sit back and relax. It will all work out well in the end. I mean, that's a statement from the president there. Also, no. One can make an argument that the Senator Chris Murphys of the world, Democrat of Connecticut, that the Ilhan Omars of the world, that Hakeem Jeffries of the world, they clearly want the president to lose. Chris Van Hollen of Maryland, the woke right, they want the United States, not just President Trump, they want the United States to lose en toto. That's obvious. But just sit back and relax. It will all work out well in the end. It always does. That's kind of not how Americans work. They're going to ask questions. They're going to discuss the concepts. They're not going to just sit quiet. That's not how it goes. Now, some things should be accepted. The president's not going to handle this the way I want it handled. So now I got to see what it is that he handles. But sit back. Whew. Jeepers. That is something else. Meanwhile, over the evening, there was a back and forth between the U.S. and Iran, defensive strikes, as was described. You saw defensive strikes going on by the United States because of a drone that was taken down. This ceasefire is as ceasefire as it's going to be, right? It's like your parents told you to stop fighting in the back seat of the car, but while she's not looking and she's still stewing about you guys fighting, you're still hitting each other. Basically what's happening. This is where we are at the moment. Interesting that Iran has said not only does the U.S. have to do this and this, and they're changing the goalposts, they're moving things around. Well, Israel continues to go after Hezbollah, and Israel's position is linked to the United States' position, and we treat it all the same. I don't control what Israel does. Israel doesn't control what we do. Get over yourself. But you'll notice how they want to tie it together for the Columbia University set. Israel has moved more into Lebanon to deal with the Hezbollah threat, and they have crossed the Litani River. So Litani River starts in call it northeast Lebanon. And it comes down the eastern side, the eastern border, making its way a little bit southwest, right? So northeast to southwest. And then it cuts basically straight across into the Mediterranean. And so think of the line as a psychological barrier, right? It was south of the Litani River and the Israeli border where Hezbollah, this terrorist organization funded by the Iranian regime, was working and operating. So what the Israelis have done, dealing with these attacks, even though there's a ceasefire with Lebanon, they have been pushing more north. They have moved what they refer to as a yellow line, and they're now crossing the Litani, and they have taken a place called Beaufort Castle, Beaufort. Been there for forever and a day. And Beaufort Castle was controlled by the Israelis from 1980 to 2002 when they withdrew from southern Lebanon. It is now back under their control. It's been under a bunch of control over history. Again, with the idea of the psychology of we are not going to allow this terrorist threat to exist anymore. We are coming for you, and we can take what we want when we want. So this, of course, has angered the Iranian regime, and some people on the woke right are going to say, see, Israel's making it more difficult for us. They're engaged in their own defense. We should be engaged in our own defense. If we have like-minded goals, I say work together when you can. Work together when you can. And the president of Iran has allegedly resigned because what he is admitting is that he is unable to control the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC. This is an important development because it proves what we've been talking about. There's no one to negotiate with because whoever you're negotiating with cannot control all the pieces on the board. So Pezeshkian is alleged to have resigned, sending in a letter to the Ayatollah as if somehow the Ayatollah is still alive, which I don't believe. But the letter states that the fact that the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, has effectively taken over large portions of the government. Ball game. The IRGC is not going to negotiate to end itself. Iran wants a deal. Maybe Pezeshkian wanted a deal, but the IRGC wants power. And they want to live to see tomorrow. If it's not Pezeshkian, the president of the country, and it's not the speaker, I'm sorry, yeah, I got that right. If it's not the speaker there of their parliament, you're not negotiating with anybody, which has always been our point. I don't know who we think we're negotiating with, but you're not going to stop factions and segments of the IRGC that have no ability to communicate with each other from engaging in terrorism, from engaging in missile attacks if they still have missiles. You're just not. And I haven't even gotten to everything. I haven't gotten to the ICE situation in New Jersey. I haven't gotten to Nazi tattoo, Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner. There's a lot of news out there. I'll have it for you right now. Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. Matthew, what's happening?
All right, Tony, looking at southbound 65 in from Boone County, looking pretty good from State Road 47 down to 465 on the northwest side. It's 18 minutes, but that's not a delay. Nothing to slow you down at the moment. And westbound 70 good as gold down to the airport from the South Split to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway to Mariplex. That's 9 minutes right now. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. CB Windows home improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products, plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel Show. Nobody has more fun on the radio than we do. We got the biggest stories of the day. Guy Relford joins us for Monday Gun Day. We crack the mic right after the news at 3.
Garage door problems are very, very easy to deal with. You just call Garage Doors of Indianapolis today for service today. A lot of people tell you, oh, yeah, we can fix your garage door. We'll be there next week. You don't have till next week. You need right now. That's what Garage Doors of Indianapolis does. They service all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 875-4577. Serving Indianapolis and the surrounding community for over 50 years, supporting our conservative values. Garage Doors of Indianapolis. Call today for service today. 875-4577. 875-4577. Go online to doorstoday.com, doorstoday.com.
Get the Dugan Air Premium Service Tune-Up for just $57. Dugan Air, your American Standard dealer, won't just inspect. They'll fine-tune your air conditioner to perfection with a detailed 27-point safety check. Plus, Dugan Air's no breakdown guarantee means you'll bask in comfort all summer long without worry. In Johnson County and South Central Indiana, experience the Dugan difference. Dugan Air is your independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. Go DuganAir.com.
Premium service, no shenanigans.
Hi, this is Alan, and I'm an active retiree, and I've been with the Laborers Local 120 for 44 years.
For members of Laborers International Union of North America, giving back is part of their commitment to the Indy community.
I volunteer. It's an HVAF. That stands for Helping Veterans and their families.
And members of Liuna Local 120 understand. When they volunteer, they become a part of something bigger than themselves.
We have several members here, and we'll have drives, and we bring in clothing, we bring in food. The veterans are very appreciative for what they get.
This is Marty Corpus, business manager of Laborers Local 120. While all of our members are skilled, highly trained tradesmen and women, we are also your friends, neighbors, Little League coaches, and volunteers here in Indy.
I enjoy doing it. It's a worthy cause. There's a lot of veterans that need what we supply them with. You got to have something to do with your time, and this seems productive, helping the veterans.
We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. We are Liuna Local 120.
Design it before you buy it. See B Windows home improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products plus 12 months, no interest, no payments.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He enrolled early at Ball State. Clear radar over downtown Indianapolis, 64 degrees, warming to 77. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. Ball State football player Gavin Yates Lyons, just 18, has died after being injured in a shooting in Tallahassee, Florida. The university confirmed Sunday that the freshman defensive back died from injuries he suffered in a May 24th shooting in a parking garage. Yates Lyons was one of 3 people caught in the crossfire. As you may have heard, there have been several protests outside an ICE detention center in New Jersey.
Police arresting more anti-ICE protesters outside Delaney Hall in Newark, New Jersey. The arrests come as a new mandatory curfew takes effect around that facility. The ICE detention center has been the focus of often tense and at times violent protests for about a week. Demonstrators allege immigrants have been tortured and denied adequate food at the facility. The Department of Homeland Security denies those claims.
At least 20 ICE protesters were arrested, according to the New York Post. The curfew will stay in place from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. each day until further notice. Hurricane season is underway, and the federal agency that monitors storms says this year's Atlantic season should be quieter than usual. People who vote in California head to the polls tomorrow to decide several races, including the governor's race.
61 candidates are running to replace California Governor Gavin Newsom, who is term limited. The top Democrats in the race include former Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra, billionaire Tom Steyer, and former Congresswoman Katie Porter, along with Republicans, President Trump-backed conservative commentator Steve Hilton and Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco. California uses a top 2 primary system, so all of the hopefuls will appear on the same ballot regardless of party. The two candidates who earn the most votes on Tuesday will move on to face off in the November 3rd election.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin reporting. Academy Award-winning actor Nicolas Cage will be at this year's Indiana Comic-Con. Jake McDaniel with the report.
Cage is known for his hits, including playing the Man of Steel in DC Studios' The Flash back in 2024. He's also in the live-action series Spider Noir, which premiered this past Monday. You can meet Cage at the Indiana Convention Center for this year's Comic-Con, which kicks off this Friday and runs through Sunday the 7th. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 2.5 minutes on a Monday morning at 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. Hammond Mayor Tom McDermott remains confident in Indiana's pitch to bring the Chicago Bears' new stadium to his city. Speaking on Inside Indiana Business Television, McDermott said Indiana's pro-business climate makes it very appealing to the team.
The fact that our business environment is so positive from the regulatory process, the fact that we have enshrined in our Constitution property tax caps, which gives the team property tax certainty, we offer all that here in Indiana.
The team itself has made clear that either Hammond or Chicago suburb Arlington Heights are the only two viable options for the stadium. IB Tech Community College has broken ground on a key portion of a $67 million renovation effort at its Fort Wayne campus. Construction has begun on the new Nursing and Health Sciences building, which, when complete in early 2028, will include advanced simulation labs, patient care suites, collaborative learning spaces, and updated classrooms. IB Tech said the facility is designed to strengthen the healthcare workforce pipeline in Northeast Indiana. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources says a pair of all-terrain track chairs stolen from Fort Harrison State Park in Indianapolis a month ago have been returned, though the investigation is still ongoing. The devices, meant to help disabled Hoosiers enjoy public lands free of charge, are worth about $25,000 apiece. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The internet changed how we work. AI is changing what work gets done. A bank cut loan processing from days to hours. A student built an AI scheduler, improving on-time delivery from under 70% to over 90%. Most teams know AI matters, but aren't sure where to start. InAI is Indiana's statewide AI adoption effort, built with industry, academia, and community partners, helping you move from understanding to action. Visit inaiready.com.
South Bend officials and community partners last week celebrated the completion of the A. David Filer V tennis courts at Leaper Park with a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the newly reconstructed facility. The approximately $1.8 million project includes 13 new double courts, new net anchors, posts, and nets, along with upgraded sidewalks and fencing designed to improve accessibility and the playing experience. City officials said the upgraded facility is expected to expand youth programming and attract more tennis tournaments. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
All right, Alex, starting to slow down here on the south side into downtown as northbound 65 stop and go through construction after Raymond Street up to Washington Street, and eastbound 70 tightens up right around Meridian into the south split. On the northeast side, eastbound 465, no problems at the moment from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. We're moving up to speed. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. CB Windows Home Improvement Products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products plus 12 months, no interest or no payments. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
62 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:35. A check on sports with Ryan Hedrick. What's going down?
Tony, good Monday morning. IndyCar driver Alex Palou won the Detroit Grand Prix Sunday after starting from the pole, earning his fourth victory of the season and his second in Detroit. The four-time series champion has opened a strong points lead as he continues his run toward a fourth straight championship.
It was not an easy day at all. It was not like a straight, there's races where it's just straightforward and whatever it looks like it's going to be, it is. But today was plenty of action, struggling a lot on restarts.
And Kyle Kirkwood finished second after pressuring Palou for much of the race, and Graham Rahal came in third. The Indianapolis Colts continue their off-season work today. They're in for week 2 of the OTA's mandatory minicamp starts next Tuesday. The Indiana Fever return to the Commissioner's Cup Thursday with the game against the Atlanta Dream at Gainbridge Fieldhouse Thursday, and it is the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. Game 1 coming up on Wednesday. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick. On the Level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
He wrote the words that declared America free and changed the course of history with ink and conviction.
This is America at 250, Indiana's revolutionary roots.
A restless thinker, he drafted the Declaration of Independence, helped imagine Washington, D.C., and as president, doubled the nation's territory through the Louisiana Purchase. He founded a university and turned architecture into legacy. His ideas shaped not just a revolution, but a nation. He was Thomas Jefferson, the man whose words wrote a country into existence. Indiana honored that influence, naming Jeffersonville and Jefferson County with a leader whose ideas shaped both the map and the meaning of America.
Learn more about the characters of Indiana's revolutionary roots and This Day in the Revolution with the Spirit of 76 podcast. Both available at WIBC.com.
I totally wish I would have done this sooner. Hey, what's up? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show for my friends at We Grow Hair Indy, WeGrowHairIndy.com. So I had a big bald spot in the back of my head. The front part was starting to recede a little bit, and I waited, and I finally said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to Dr. Andrews. I'm going to reach out to Will Sadler and the amazing team at We Grow Hair Indy. And having that free consultation was the best thing that could have happened. And you can get a free consultation as well. Even if you're just thinking about a hair procedure, I'm telling you, go ahead and have that free consultation. Schedule it right now at WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995. Ask all the questions you want, and they will answer every single one. WeGrowHairIndy.com. Set up that free consultation.
At the IHSA, we can't say enough about the important role that high school coaches play in education-based athletics.
That's because coaches don't just teach the fundamentals and skills of a sport.
They're educators and mentors who help develop student athletes into well-rounded human beings.
They're role models who teach invaluable qualities like integrity, grit, and teamwork.
They inspire confidence and help impart critical life lessons.
They push players to be the best version of themselves.
I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. On behalf of myself and our assistant commissioners, we want to say thank you to every Hoosier coach who prioritizes growing student athletes over winning at all costs.
Thank you for always setting a positive example for your student athletes.
For being the leader that every young person needs in their life.
For representing the entire school community with character and class.
High school sports in Indiana wouldn't be the same without coaches like you who care.
Fans, support the coaches at your school by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
So the Bears had a deadline, and they passed their budget, but did they save the Bears? And the answer is, it doesn't look like it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. They had a whole strategy for how funding of stadiums could go. Remember, the Bears are moving out of Chicago no matter what. The Bears have been looking for a place in Arlington Heights, Illinois. Basically, the General Assembly there, the legislature in Illinois, said, you know what, kids, we'll get to you when we get to you. And the Bears said, we're the Bears. We'll go find a spot. And they said to Indiana, you got anything? And Northwest Indiana started competing. Hammond won it out. And the state moved expeditiously and well You can argue not perfect. You can argue we should not have any public funding of a stadium at all. It's a fine argument to make. But hey, you put skin in the game, we'll put skin in the game. You can have the stadium. We want this, that, and the other. And it is an economic development opportunity for an area that's been dying for an economic opportunity that can build a lake in Porter County, can help them revitalize, can build out what should always be this concept of Chicagoland. There's opportunity here. Let's go take it. We didn't give away the farm. You could argue, well, Tony, there's some level of giveaway. There's always some level of giveaway. No giveaways at all. You can go with that opinion. There's always going to be something. If there isn't, you're not going to get things. Well, we don't want to grow anyway. That's just weird. But I leave that to the side. The Hammond deal, this stadium deal, got everybody's attention. So much so that Illinois started working overtime, but the clock was against them. So Saturday, when they realized they couldn't get what they've been working on done, they scrap it and they say, well, what if we decide to allow local municipalities to move forward with stadiums and stadium financing, and they can do it on their level without us necessarily being involved. Very much an Indiana model. They looked at what we wrote. I mean, it's seemingly what they did, and said, let's try this. But as the Chicago Tribune is reporting, this morning, the Illinois House adjourned early Monday without taking up a last-ditch Senate bill that would have allowed Arlington Heights or Chicago to form a public-private ownership deal with the Chicago Bears and given the team a path to build a new stadium without paying property taxes on the facility. So, welcome to Indiana, where you know you should be anyway, Chicago Bears. We look forward to having you. And now that we're going to get you, why are we even waiting? Why are we waiting any longer to make the announcement? Let's make the announcement, and then let's talk about bringing all the practice facilities here. Let's do that. And then, hello, Chicago Blackhawks. How you doing? Oh, you don't think we should try for that? You're nuts.
And the Bulls.
You want to bring the Bulls, and what about the White Sox?
Absolutely, and the Cubs.
Yeah, you're never gonna get the Cubs. That's just not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. The White Sox, I assume you could at least try for. The Cubs is never. Also, I can't imagine the Bulls go anywhere, but why not? Sports are done in Indiana. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone, but all of them can get their testosterone levels back.
Low T Center tailors their TRT to every man to make sure their levels are where they need to be. They even take insurance. FixMyLowT.com and book your free testosterone test today.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear is in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Northbound 65 is slow. Coming up from Raymond Street up to Washington Street in the construction zone at eastbound 70, a little tight as you head into the south split from Meridian. Southeast side, northbound 465, stop and go traffic from I-74 up to Brookville Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. CB Windows Home Improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
And really quick, for those of you watching the live stream and you're playing solid plaid or toga, what is Tony wearing today? It's like a plaid check. Sorry, not a toga, plaid check. That's what I'm wearing today. I know people are very curious about what I'm wearing. Can't wait to get somebody to sponsor this segment. So for some fine duds. 63 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
Summer is here, and so are the muddy shoes, open windows, and extra traffic through the house. That's why it's time to call my friends at Zero Res. They clean carpets and hardwood, tile, upholstery, air ducts, and more with no harsh soaps or sticky residue left behind. Now, right now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139, plus air duct cleaning for $599 per system. Clean home, cleaner air, and a price families can feel good about. Call 317-388-5141. Visit ZeroResIndy.com for the WIBC special.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel all afternoon for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Post Malone live with Jelly Roll and Carter Faith at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Shot and killed on the way to a baseball game is not the way you want to advertise Indianapolis. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. And bravo to Angela Gannott over at Fox 59. And very well done by Jacob Stewart over at the Indy Star. I haven't agreed with every opinion that Jacob Stewart has put out, but I was very happy, and I am very happy, to see that the Indy Star was actually able to hire somebody who can do opinion. Someone who brings a level of thoughtfulness, an idea to the table. And I want to say, for the record, that's not James Briggs, and that is not Michael Hicks, and that is not, what's his name? Greg Doyle. There's no thoughtfulness. I would say it to them. There is a political point of view and madness in all things. I'm not 100% sure what Jacob Stewart's politics are, and that's what makes it better. So bravo to the Star. Jacob Stewart discusses the fact that he knew Brett Scroggum, 23, shot and killed in a parking garage as he was heading to an Indians game to meet up with his family. IU Kelley School of Business graduate, whole life in front of him. Maybe this is the story that tips us over the edge regarding how absolutely horrific things have become in Marion County, and that the mayor, Joe Hogsett, and the prosecutor, Ryan Mears, are lying to everyone, and the Democratic Party in Marion County are a bunch of fools who are willing to accept anything. And anything just won't do. The mayor's a bad mayor and the prosecutor's a bad prosecutor. I don't actually care if they like me. I'm going to walk into the city and what? I'm going to get arrested for saying things? Okay. When I put it past them, I don't put anything past anybody in Marion County anymore. But we keep discussing the idea that these two people are our issues. Well, they are the elected officials, and they are terrible. They do not prosecute, and they do not have a plan. And Joe Hogsett can keep lying about having a plan. He doesn't have one. He's never had one. Having a plan didn't matter. Just being a Democrat mattered. So for those Democrats running for mayor, let's hear the plan. And for the Democratic Party, you did this. You know why you don't get statewide office? Because look what you've done to Indianapolis. You're really bad at this. Your lack of willingness to protect Hoosiers, to think that it matters, to demand better, that leads to absolutely horrific consequences. Those consequences are being felt by the donut counties, and this is what Mayor Sue Finkham of Carmel was talking about the other day. And that's why I give the kudos to Angela Ganote, our colleague over at Fox 59. For having this interview and discussing how the crime is migrating north, but it's migrating to all the donut counties, exactly as we said it would, because that's what happens. And when people told us, oh, it's just Marion County, it's just gang violence, just leave it be, it doesn't matter, they're only killing themselves, we said that's not true. We said it first. This show, us, because we knew better. And that's why nothing surprises us. It's not that we're smarter than everybody else. It's that we're more honest than everybody else. And that remains true. We are more honest. Therefore, we see the thing happening before other people are willing to recognize that it's happening. And we are the ones who said, where is Herb Simon? Where is Dave Ricks? Where are the leaders of Allison and the other companies? Where are they? You've got your signs tall on the buildings. Where is your voice? Where are the civic leaders? My gosh, where are the women to talk about how horrific it is that the Hogsett administration hired an abuser and was involved in the same? Nowhere. Because it's not safe. Oh, people might get angry with us. Cowards. They look at me. And secretly, they're thankful I'm there. But publicly, I don't get invited to do the talks, and I don't get invited to the events, and I don't get invited to be a part of the things because, oh, you can't do that. And they all know that I'm right and that we're right. They all know it. That everything we've been saying about Joe Hogsett is absolutely correct. Speaking of the Indy Star, let's bring the IBJ in. Where are they to have the big headline of fix this now? I'm not saying that there haven't been pieces. I'm not saying that there haven't been opinions. Where's the whole front page? Where are the other radio stations, television stations to say enough? Well, we kind of know the answers. It's just those answers won't work anymore. The moment is here. And if there isn't going to be pressure to get Hogsett and Mears to resign, to change course, well, then it's not going to come. How many more killings do we have to wait for? And you think it's just about this young man who didn't deserve to die. It's about a lot of people in Indianapolis who don't deserve to die and don't deserve to be abused by the homeless and don't deserve to have businesses destroyed during rioting. A host of subjects. When does the moment come, Indianapolis, that you have had enough? Or do you want to keep going down the road of communist Jesse Brown? Well, what we need to do is have more buses. Buses are not the issue. It's time for grown-ups to be in charge. And the Democratic Party can't bring you grown-ups. So for every black church, for every white church, Asian and Hispanic church, why don't you stop it and start asking your parishioners and the residents of Marion County to vote in a way that will actually protect their kids or someone else's kid? Can't rely on the civic leaders and you can't rely on the elected leaders because they clearly don't want to be relied on. How about you rely on yourselves and stop doing the things that bring you such misery? Matt Barris got traffic on the 5s.
North side eastbound 465 medical emergency on the left shoulder. That's before Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. See B Window's home improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
I'm with Applied Innovation customer Marcy Luhigo, Development Director with Midwest Food Bank. Marcy, you did your due diligence before partnering with Applied Innovation.
Applied Innovation just did a very good job of trying to get a good understanding of what our needs were and bringing forth solutions and some seamless customer service. So it was very easy to pick them.
And Applied Innovation has performed?
So just the way that their services are set up in terms of the plan that we are on and the service that they're providing and everything that they have automated for us is both a time and money saver for us.
What's the bottom line benefit for Marcy having selected Applied Innovation?
I would just say that my support staff are very happy with this, and so that makes me happy.
Make your staff happy by partnering with Applied Innovation. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit applieddinnovation.com. Applied Innovation.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. Storm damage? Call Michaelis. Here's Richard Michaelis.
Hi, Pat. Michaelis has served Central Indiana for over 40 years. We offer free home inspections and are experts in damage caused by rain, wind, hail, and tree impacts. We help you navigate the insurance process to make it as easy as possible.
If you suffered storm damage, call the local company you can trust. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Water, storms, fire, or wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, and now through Monday, June 1st, it's our Memorial Day sale. Smith Brothers of Bern is 50% off, plus when you buy 2 or more pieces, the final piece is just $99. You won't find these prices anywhere. Lazy Boys 50% off. Lift chairs are on sale. Hollywood and Berlin Gardens outdoor furniture, low price guarantee. Free delivery, interest-free financing, only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
This is a message from the Office of the Indiana Attorney General.
Here's an update on the gas tax suspension and our consumer protection efforts during this emergency. To provide transparency, we launched an informational dashboard at infuelwatch.com. That's infuelwatch.com, and it's tracking more than 4,600 gas stations across the state. Now, you can see the same thing our investigators are seeing and help identify stations that may be charging unfair prices. So far, we've received more than 160 complaints about potential gas gouging, and we're investigating each one of them. These complaints, combined with our own monitoring, have led us to opening formal investigations into over 10 major retailers and wholesalers. Also, we've made official inquiries on nearly 100 additional retailers about their pricing. These investigations are going to take time. We are only going where the facts lead us and where, like all professional investigations, such facts exist. The moment we take the next step, we'll let you know. We remain committed to holding accountable anyone who exploits Hoosiers during this emergency.
To file a complaint, go to indianaconsumer.com.
I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Indianapolis to help improve my home when it matters most. It's not just Pella's high-quality windows and doors. It's the local experts who know the Indianapolis area so well. For a limited time, buy one, get one 50% off. Or get low monthly payments, 4.99% APR for 144 months. Call 833-87-PELLA or visit PellaIndy.com/radio to learn more. 833-87-PELLA or PellaIndy.com/radio. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, a man who graduated from IU's Kelly School of Business being remembered as someone who always put others first. What Indianapolis's FOP president is saying about violent crime, what happened with the Chicago Bears stadium funding plan, and what Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark is saying about a recent loss. After Fox News. From the Price Point Comfort Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 7 o'clock.
Just sit back and relax. It'll all work out well. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That is President Trump's message on Iran early this morning in a Truth Social post, writing Iran really wants to make a deal, and it will be a good one for the U.S., but with no agreement yet. The U.S. and Iran attacked each other again over the weekend.
CENTCOM says U.S. forces conducted strikes against multiple Iranian targets over the weekend. The strikes hit Iranian radar systems and command and control centers for drones in Gulrukh, Iran, along the coast and on Keshem Island. CENTCOM described the action as defensive in nature to prevent Iran from attacking international shipping lanes and after Iran shot down a $4 million U.S. drone. The Iranians responded by targeting Kuwait with drones and missiles officials early this morning.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. One thing Iran wants in a deal with the U.S. is for Israel to stop attacking Hezbollah militants in Lebanon.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is vowing to expand his country's grip on Lebanon after the IDF captured a historic and strategic castle in southern Lebanon. It marks Israel's deepest incursion into Lebanon in 26 years. The move comes as Israel and Hezbollah continue to trade strikes.
That's Fox's Marianne Rafferty. The suspected gunman in a Friday night attack on sheriff's deputies in Virginia has been arrested after a 2-day manhunt. Michael Puckett found in North Carolina. He's facing a murder charge because one of those deputies died. The anti-ICE protests rage on outside an immigration detention facility in New Jersey, despite a curfew put in place last night in Newark.
So that's just some of what we saw last night, and it's at least maybe 24 arrests and counting. Authorities used tear gas to clear the crowd, while DHS tells Fox there's zero tolerance for rioters here. And they finally have that extra assistance. They kept calling for the Newark police, the state police. Well, now they finally have some backup.
Fox's Alexis McAdams. The protesters angry over allegations of inhumane conditions at the facility. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They say he was a selfless servant. Clear radar in downtown Indianapolis. It is 63 degrees right now, 77 later. Good Monday morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. A man who was a top student at the IU Kelley School of Business and, according to those who knew him, regularly helped people, died from his injuries he suffered after being randomly shot in a downtown Indianapolis parking garage last week. 23-year-old Brett Scrogum, who once helped rescue a neighbor's dog from a burning home, is being remembered as a kind man.
We are all devastated and heartbroken for the family. We just can't even fathom what is going on. The world right now needs more Bretts in the world. We don't need more violence.
Robin Collier spoke with Fox 59. Scrogum was a top 100 student at the IU Kelley School of Business. Police have not made an arrest in his murder case. Indianapolis cops dealing with another surge in violent crime in the city.
According to Indy FOP President Rick Snyder, between Friday and Monday of the Memorial Day weekend, there were 15 people shot and 3 stabbed, with 3 of those people dying from their injuries.
Fortunately, crime and violence has been down significantly, but then we see these sharp spikes throughout the various months so far this year.
Snyder joined WIBC's The Hammer and Nigel show Friday. He said a common denominator in these violent incidents happening in the city recently is juvenile offenders, compounded with repeat adult suspects. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A last-minute push to keep the Chicago Bears in Illinois has stalled overnight. The Senate approved a stadium plan, but the House didn't bring it to a vote before adjourning for the spring session. Political leaders say discussions will pick back up this summer. The Bears are still deciding between Arlington Heights and Chicago, and Indiana is trying to lure them to Hammond with its own financing plan. A Delaware County deputy fired his weapon in Muncie yesterday. Jake McDaniel with those details.
Officers rushed to an event in Muncie just after midnight because they were told someone had been shot.
When a deputy was responding to that event, he was out of his car and walking towards the scene, and he encountered a vehicle while he was on foot.
State Police Sergeant Scott Keegan.
During that interaction with the vehicle, the deputy discharged his department-issued firearm.
Keegan says no one was hurt, and state police are trying to figure out why the deputy fired his weapon. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices are down about $1.13 over the past month. This morning, regular unleaded down to $3.66 across Indiana. Diesel is $5.83. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark telling her teammates and fans to take things a game at a time after a 100-84 loss to the expansion Portland Fire Saturday.
I just need to do a better job of being straight up, keep the defender in front of me, and also if they're going to hunt ISOs, just move my feet a little bit better. And yeah, definitely some tough ones, but that's just basketball. It's just a game. Learn from it, watch the film, and come back next game and be ready to go.
And cameras also caught her and her head coach, Stephanie White, in a pretty serious argument Caitlin Clark was benched for a rookie. She came in later. The Fever hope to bounce back Thursday when they played the Atlanta Dream here in Indianapolis. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:05 on a Monday morning. Traffic on the 5s. Welcome back, Matt Bear.
Great to be here, Ryan. Thank you. Looking at the north side, eastbound 465 at Westfield Boulevard. Medical emergency on the left shoulder. And then on the south side, northbound 65 slows from Raymond Street up to Washington Street. That is a construction zone costing us 2 extra minutes. And then eastbound 70 a little tight as you go in to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fisher. Spend less time at the pump in a new Honda Hybrid. Enjoy impressive fuel efficiency, responsive performance, and the reliability you expect from Honda. Visit Great Lakes Honda of Fisher today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Amber Hardwick, she is a meteorologist over at Fox 59, and she's got the weather for us. What's going on, Amber?
Hey, good morning. We have temperatures in the 60s right now, tracking a few sprinkles out there this morning, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. A few sprinkles on and off throughout the day, and then we will have plenty of dry time, though, partly sunny skies. High near 77 this afternoon, breeze out of the east-northeast, 6 to 12. Partly cloudy, cool and quiet overnight. Lows will fall into the mid-50s with a low around 54 degrees in Indianapolis. Mostly sunny for tomorrow, breezy, and we'll have a breeze out of the northeast with gusts nearing 20 miles per hour with a high near 76 degrees. We are going to see a lot of dry time this week. Temperatures approaching 80 as we get to Wednesday, Thursday, high near 83 degrees.
That right there is Amber Hardwick of Fox 59. Thank you, Amber. 63 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:07. The Knicks and the Spurs. That's your NBA Finals. And honestly, as long as the Oklahoma City Thunder aren't flopping all over the place, I might actually watch. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. JMV joins us. The voice of sports in Indiana, 93.5, 107.5, The Fan. And while the NBA may have wanted Oklahoma City in this to see the champions come back to defend, they got to be so happy they've got a major market in this Finals. Nothing matters. Knicks, Spurs, break down for us what we think this matchup is.
Sure thing, Tony. It's kind of like, by the way, brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing. That's ldsmithplumbing.com. LD Smith Plumbing and Drains. It's like 1999 all over again here, too. You've got a Knicks team that probably is in a position right now to take the best advantage. It's almost like what we felt the Pacers to be a year ago, Tony, where you were in such a great position now to take advantage of the type of team.
We lost JMV, as it happens sometimes with the tech. You have the Knicks in there for the first time since 1999, and that city is going to explode. Now, it's going to explode in all the negative ways, but you're going to see Knicks fans all over San Antonio. They don't care the amount of money they've got to spend for a ticket. And not only did the Pacers beat the Knicks last year, it's a good reminder that we were an Achilles away from being champions.
The best opportunity for it's the best opportunity for them, and hopefully I'm getting through to you right now.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Because Carl just sent me otherwise. I think that this is a Knicks' best position to do so. However, you look at San Antonio; they're playing so well, and that looks like that has longevity. The Knicks in the East, we'll see. The longevity is with San Antonio out west because they're well ahead of schedule, Tony.
You're talking about team development, and I don't disagree with you there, but it was 7 games, right? It took a while to get here. Now you got to go in against the Knicks team that's going – I believe the terminology from the Latin is beyond hyped. So how are you taking this on? What is this all defense for the Knicks, or is this nothing but Brunson, feed the ball to Brunson, everything is about Brunson for the Knicks?
I think the biggest difference, Tony, to me is they're utilizing their bench. Last year Tom Thibodeau was the coach, and he kind of ran them into the nut.
Well, if we want to talk about Thibodeau and the fundamental issue there, one can ask the question of whether or not he ever should have been fired, because clearly there's enough of a core there that keeps them going. JMV, I appreciate you. We'll get the tech issues fixed. And then there's the story in the WNBA of Caitlin Clark getting benched. Now, I do not know if Coach White is the right coach for this team. I don't get to answer that question. What I know is there was an issue on the bench. Caitlin Clark is losing her mind, and White replaced her right there and then. Good. You're still the coach. You're still in charge. I happen to like those kinds of things. I like when everybody else sees it. But the Fever losing to the Portland Fire, which is an expansion team, 100-84. Caitlin Clark, 22 minutes, went 1 for 7. Bad night? You're allowed to have a bad night. Now the question for Coach White is she the coach that can make all of these pieces that all are excellent on paper gel and work? Can she get this done? And if not, you mean another season where the Fever don't go to the playoffs? Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work for the WNBA. It's not, and I mean deep into the playoffs. I mean to a championship. It's not going to work for fans. Someone better figure this out right quick. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
911, can I verify your location, please?
911 doesn't just happen.
I can assist you with that. Who am I speaking with?
911 works for Hoosiers because of the extensive investment in its infrastructure and commitment to the training of telecommunicators Indiana has prioritized for decades.
Stay on the line. Help is on the way to your location.
Indiana leads the nation for 911 technology with advanced geolocation services, text to 911, translation services to over 200 languages, and more. Indiana is also a leader in ongoing professional training for dispatchers to guide callers through life-saving measures, like telephone CPR and other scenarios when seconds matter most.
Okay, I need you to place the heel of your hand in the center of his chest, and I'm going to walk...
911 doesn't just happen, it's developed. Thanks to the Indiana Statewide 911 Board, if you experience an emergency, you can be confident you're in a place with the nation's most robust resources and infrastructure. Indiana 911. Before you text, voice is best.
Since the day I got to Indianapolis, if I had a problem with my garage door, I called Garage Doors of Indianapolis because they can take care of the problem the same day. And when it's time to replace my garage door, it will be Garage Doors of Indianapolis because they've got the great selection and the team to make sure it's installed right the first time. Talk to Garage Doors of Indianapolis. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 875-4577. Online at doorstoday.com. doorstoday.com.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Summer is here, and so are the muddy shoes, open windows, and extra traffic through the house. That's why it's time to call my friends at Zero Res. They clean carpets and hardwood, tile, upholstery, air ducts, and more with no harsh soaps or sticky residue left behind. Now, right now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139, plus air duct cleaning for $599 per system. Clean home, cleaner air, and a price families can feel good about. Call 317-388-5141. Visit ZeroResIndy.com for the WIBC special.
Hammer and Nigel Show. Nobody has more fun on the radio than we do. We got the biggest stories of the day. Guy Relford joins us for Monday Gun Day. We crack the mic right after the news at 3.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear is in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
Yeah, Tony, good morning. Looking at the north side, eastbound 465 between Westfield Boulevard and Keystone Avenue. Medical emergency on the left shoulder, and no delay at the moment. Inbound 69, a little bit on the brakes as you make your way to 465. It's not bad at the moment. South side northbound 65 jams after South Keystone Avenue into the south split, then continues to be slow up to Washington Street because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. LG was just named the most reliable appliance brand by Consumer Reports. Shop the full LG lineup at grandappliance.com or your local Grand Appliance showroom today. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got ourselves 63 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:15.
Wait, is Dad on the ladder again? It's Father's Day. The man is supposed to be relaxing, maybe grilling, maybe golfing, definitely not dangling from the roofline, pulling out a handful of maple seed pods. Hey, Pat Sullivan here. And if the dad in your life is still climbing ladders and fighting the whirlybirds every spring and fall, it's time for Gutter Helmet. Gutter Helmet is the 4-season solution that keeps water flowing and the leaves, debris, and those pesky little helicopters out. So Dad never has to clean a gutter again. Ever. Right now, get 15% off Gutter Helmet installation. Lock in your savings today because Dad deserves a gift he'll actually use. Not another tie, not another grill set. Freedom from gutters. Now that's a Father's Day gift. No high-pressure sales, free estimate. Call 800-5HELMET or visit gutterhelmetindy.com. Limited time offer, restrictions may apply. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Dad, get off the ladder.
Gearing up for the popcorn moment. Brought to you by Boer Remodeling, BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com. If it's inside your four walls, you know the rest. Now that it is the month of June, now I get started. I need the month of May to be done. And now I'm taking a look at countertops. I'm taking a look at backsplashes. I'm taking a look at kitchen sinks. The final pieces to our kitchen are all coming together. And then you're all invited for pie. Hold on, what? Okay, you might not all be invited for pie, but I'm telling you, I'm going to have the countertop space for a lot of pies, and that's what Boer Remodeling can do for you. What is it that you're trying to get accomplished in your kitchen? Do you just need space for pie, or do you need more space for the things that you need to make pie? Do you need more cabinet space? Do you need a bigger pantry? Do you need a different flow? Do you just need a new look because your kitchen comes from 1974, which is not a bad look. I'm just saying you might need something new. Boer Remodeling. Talk to them today. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Boer. BOOHER. BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. Of course, we have been discussing the death of Brett Scroggum, a 23-year-old IU Kelley School of Business graduate who was killed in a parking garage in downtown Indianapolis as he was on his way to meet his family for an Indians game. Maybe this is where Indianapolis has enough is enough. But we've seen a lot of senseless killing, and we have seen no plan, and we have seen from criminals no prosecutions. We have seen criminality become commonplace in Indianapolis to a point of unacceptable to Hoosiers. And we have seen a prosecutor not move. Just days before this, it was the mayor of Carmel, Sue Finkham, discussing enough is enough. And you can see that story over at WIBC.com through a conversation she had with Angela Ganote at our news gathering partners, I should say, at Fox 59, about a crime that took place and where the suspect in the crime, this is what happens when you don't prosecute, and how crimes in Indianapolis are making their way to Hamilton County and the donut counties. The prosecutor, Ryan Mears, pushing back and calls it completely disingenuous. The mayor of Carmel, Sue Finkham, joins us right now. Mayor, thanks for being here. Let's start with your opening salvo, the conversation you had with Angela Ganote. Enough is enough. What is it that you have had enough of?
Well, but as a mom and a mayor, I find it completely unacceptable that dangerous repeat offenders on the streets. This offender had been arrested by the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police and other agencies 34 times since 2002, 28 in Marion County. I don't understand why he wasn't in jail.
The answer to that question is that no one put him in jail. There was no prosecution to put him in jail. If that's not the answer, do you believe that the issue stems outside of the prosecutor's office, or are you saying this is because Marion County, and it's political, refuses to engage in prosecutions of people who are known to be criminals?
Well, I know this is more than just one case. This is about a very, very broken system. I was talking to one of our police officers yesterday, and he made the comment that when they arrest repeat offenders, they often ask, what county am I in? And when they hear Hamilton County, they hang their heads because they know that they have a rougher road to go down than if it was anywhere else. So I don't know if it's the prosecutor's office. I don't know if it's the judges. I don't know if it's the jails full. I've said time and time again, we need to come together as a group and figure this out, but this is unacceptable. You know, I'm in charge of taking care of families here. And when I hear the story of a violent carjacking with a dad and his 24-year-old, I have a 24-year-old son. That could have been me just as much as anybody else there. And we don't want to change what makes Carmel great. And the number one thing and the number one reason people move here is because it's a safe community, and we are going to keep it that way. So I raised the alarm on social media.
Let me just take a moment here. Talking to the mayor of Carmel, Sue Finkham, I want to go back to something. You don't know if it's the judges. You don't know if it's the prosecutor. What do you know? What do you think it is?
Well, all I can say is with this particular case, when I look back at the history, many of the cases were dismissed before they even got to a judge. And that tells me, again, I'm not a public safety expert, but what that tells me is either cases weren't organized or we didn't have enough staffing to handle this. And I don't know the answer here, but what I do know is that someone in Indianapolis and Marion County needs to step up, raise their hand and say, you know what, this case is egregious. This case is symbolic of a problem we have down here. I'm going to stand up and be a leader and try to come up with a solution. I'm not hearing anybody do that, and that's my biggest concern. This isn't a new thing, Tony. This one case just didn't happen to pop out of the ether. This has been happening over and over again, and that's why I think my post got traction. People are fed up. I was just voicing what I'm hearing for years.
So this was an alleged carjacking, and you pointed out that this guy has 4 pending felony theft cases in Marion County, and you're asking how is it possible that he wasn't in jail? And it's Ryan Mears, the prosecutor, who said as long as we're having an honest conversation about all the different jurisdictions this individual had connections with, I think that could be potentially a productive conversation. But for the mayor to single out Marion County is completely disingenuous. The differences between Hamilton County and Marion County, it's not a difference of political theory. It's a difference of something else.
It's not about politics to me. It's about outcomes. Families deserve to feel safe. Residents deserve confidence that dangerous repeat offenders are being dealt with appropriately. This is 100% preventable. Marion County residents, all Downey County residents are looking at this and saying, how do we get here? It's a system problem.
Talking to the mayor of Carmel, Sue Finkham, I would push back on you, Mayor, and say that they don't deserve to feel safe. They deserve to be safe. I think there's a difference in those words. The reason I ask about the politics is that I am very clear that it is about the politics. It is about a willingness. But you're voicing something that certainly I think, and we've seen it a little bit here and there, could be voiced by other mayors all in the donut counties. I believe the mayor of Noblesville, Chris Jensen, has echoed. I don't want to speak for him. If I remember it right in the social media post, echoing some of your sentiments. Have you heard from other mayors on this subject? And will we be hearing from them?
I've not heard from other mayors, but I can tell you I'm going to try to get all of them together and have a conversation about this. Crime doesn't stop at county lines, and neither should accountability. We should all have a conversation about what we can do, because I will also tell you, all of us love the city of Indianapolis and are just so disappointed and disheartened what we're seeing with increase in crime. And the story about Brett Scroggins should rock everybody, because that was a daytime crime. And it's just, I feel so heartbroken for his family. No one should experience something this traumatic.
Have you had a conversation with Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett on the subject?
I have not yet.
Have you reached out to him to have a conversation?
I was hoping he'd reach out to me, but he hasn't, so I'll be reaching out with him to him today.
It seems more and more unsurprising to Hoosiers that the mayor has not reached out. He put out a statement about this, of course. It did not seem inspiring. What about the prosecutor, Ryan Mears, referring to your singling out of Marion County as completely disingenuous? How do you respond to that?
Well, my understanding of the word disingenuous means I'm not sincere, and I am sincere about my concerns that 28 times Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department officers did their jobs and arrested this gentleman and put him into the system, and 28 times he was able to leave. And if you look at the history, he was able to leave and within days, almost always, do another crime. And so I can assure you I'm sincerely positive that Ryan Mears should be the one raising his hand and saying, yeah, let's look at this together. But he wanted to defer and deflect. I was very careful not to make this personal. I was very careful not to make this political. I was raising the concern that this is a system problem, and Mr. Mears wanted to turn it on. Somehow it's my fault. So ridiculous and just a lack of accountability across the board.
Can I push back a little bit on that? Is it a system problem, or is it the problem of the people who are running the system? Is the system in Marion County really that much different than the system in Hamilton County?
The system's not working in Marion County, so I call it a system problem. I'm not sure where where the breakdown is, or if it's repeatedly throughout the system altogether. But, every day as mayor, I'm challenged to do the best I can with the resources I have, the people I have, the budget I have to have great outcomes. That is no different from any department or any company anywhere. Business leaders all across Indianapolis are saying, why do I have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on private security or increased insurance premiums because crime is not being handled appropriately? And they, too, are wondering, why can't someone tackle this?
As the days go forth and you want to put together a meeting with other mayors, which certainly we want to hear about, have you seen an increase, has Carmel seen an increase of people from Marion County wanting to move there because of the issues in Marion County?
I can only say that anecdotally. I can't say that with any kind of data. So I know that people are concerned about the crime in Indianapolis. And again, Carmel isn't perfect. Carmel has its own form of crime, but I'm concerned about the repeat offenders, because I can't imagine what the crime trends would bend down if we got repeat offenders off the streets.
Mayor Sue Finkham, the mayor of Carmel, Indiana, I appreciate you taking the time. We're going to follow this story, and we may have you back as we invite the prosecutor, Ryan Mears, onto the show to respond to the mayor and explain what it is within the system at Marion County that isn't working, or he can defend that it's working just fine. We have 5 microphones and no waiting for the Marion County, I should say, prosecutor Ryan Mears. Mayor Finkham, thank you for taking the time. Matt Bear is in the WIBC Traffic Center with the latest on the roads. What's going on, Matt?
Yeah, Tony, check it out the north side. It's eastbound 465 before Keystone Avenue, reported as a medical emergency, blocking left 2 lanes. And lots of trucks out with this one. Traffic stop and go back to Westfield Boulevard, a delay of 2 minutes. And coming up from the south side, northbound 65, stop and go before Raymond up to Washington Street. That's a construction delay of 3 minutes. Inbound 70, stop and go, Rural Street into the north split. Traffic sponsor might be window design it before you buy it. CB Windows Home Improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel Show. Nobody has more fun on the radio than we do. We got the biggest stories of the day. Guy Relford joins us for Monday Gun Day. We crack the mic right after the news at 3.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old right now.
Bluebell doesn't fudge on deliciousness. Our new black raspberry fudge ice cream in pints and half gallons combines black raspberry flavored ice cream with dark chocolate flavored chunks and a chocolate fudge swirl. The result is real. Taste the truth.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Kroger's and Payless supermarkets.
Your home is making an impression. Chipped paint, tired colors. Is it the right one? You need Spartan Construction Group. With over 20 years experience painting homes, they'll get the job done right the first time and often by up to 50% less than your traditional paint job. And with a 7-year warranty. Call 317-649-5266 or Google Spartan Construction and get 20% off now. That's right, 20% for all your exterior needs. Spartan Construction Group. Painting exteriors, transforming impressions.
Trust me.
Are you thinking about your next home improvement project, but you need more than a window replacement? Whether it's siding, entry doors, or maybe a bath or shower remodel, design it before you buy it. That's right. B's using the latest technology to create an architectural design so you can see our products on your house before you purchase. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products, plus 12 months, no interest, no payments.
Trust me.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
She's sick of repeat offenders. Clear radar over downtown Indianapolis, 64 degrees, warming to 77. Good Monday morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Violent crime in Indianapolis is starting to spill over into nearby suburban communities like Hamilton County. Carmel Mayor Sue Finkham says Hamilton County recently dealt with the case involving a man arrested for carjacking who had a long rap sheet.
Someone in Indianapolis and Marion County needs to step up, raise their hand and say, you know what, this case is egregious. This case is symbolic of a problem we have down here.
Finkham spoke with WIBC's Tony Katz minutes ago, responding to Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears' assertion that leaders speaking up about crime is disingenuous.
I was very careful not to make this personal. I was very careful not to make this political. I was raising the concern that this is a system problem, and Mr. Mears wanted to turn it on. Somehow it's my fault. So ridiculous and just a lack of accountability across the board.
You can hear more about this interview later at WIBC.com. A man shot inside of a downtown Indianapolis parking garage last week has died. Police say they found 23-year-old Brett Scrogum on the upper level of a parking garage along South Capitol Avenue after someone reported hearing a gunshot and then seeing a person run away from the scene. He died yesterday. His friend James Wilson told Fox 59 that Scrogum was dedicated to the people in his life.
He was, such a good friend, and he was willing to drive 12 hours to come all the way down there to support me and be in my wedding. Hopefully that's a testament to show, how much he cared, and he was willing to come and support me.
Scrogum was on his way to meet his family at an Indianapolis Indians game when he was shot. He was a top 100 student at the IU Kelley School of Business. The man accused of killing a Virginia deputy has been arrested in North Carolina. Deputy Logan Utt with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office and another deputy were doing a welfare check on Friday when they were shot. Utt was killed. His partner was hurt. Police say a game camera in Surrey County spotted Michael Puckett, which helped lead officers to take him into custody. Hurricane season in the Atlantic is underway.
Florida took the year off of sorts last year, and it was sorely needed after 2024. Helene and Milton, two major hurricane strikes over on the Gulf side, separated by just a couple of weeks. 2025 was actually the first year in a decade that no hurricane struck the United States coastline. So the obvious question becomes, can we make it 2 in a row? What might this season look like? 8 to 14 named storms, 3 to 6 becoming hurricanes, 1 to 3 potentially becoming majors. That does represent a slightly below average season.
And that's Fox weather forecaster Ian Oliver. And sports on WIBC at 7:34 on a Monday morning. IndyCar driver Alex Palou picked up another win Sunday, taking the Detroit Grand Prix. Starting on the pole, this marks his 4th win of the season and his 2nd in Detroit. He continues to lead the 26 IndyCar standings by a comfortable margin.
Feels great to be back here on victory lane. I think
last year or the past couple of years we were not that strong on street courses, and this year we've been able to win at 3 street courses. So it's just feels incredible.
Kyle Kirkwood finished second after several attempts to challenge for the lead, and Graham Rahal rounded out the podium. The Indiana Fever lost both games on their West Coast road trip, including Saturday's matchup with the expansion. Portland Fire head coach Stephanie White said the team fell behind early and could not make any threes.
I don't think we've shot the 3 ball particularly well all season. I think it's just reps. Our players are in the gym; they're getting reps. It's finding your teammate, your open teammate, on time. It's giving them the ball on target.
And Stephanie White and her guard Caitlin Clark engaged in a heated discussion on the bench. We're not sure what that's about. And the NBA Finals start Wednesday. San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. Game 1 in San Antonio. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:35 on a Monday morning, traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matt Bear?
Good morning, Brian. Looking at eastbound 465 on the north side. Medical emergency before Keystone Avenue, blocking 2 left lanes. And traffic is slow past Westfield Boulevard. Inbound 69 now slows 96 to 82nd. East side, northbound 465 slow before and after Penn Pike. Inbound 70 stop and go from Emerson Avenue to the north split. That's delayed 2 minutes. South side, northbound 65 stop and go traffic before Raymond Street up to Washington Street. It is construction and cost us 5 extra minutes this morning. Eastbound 70 stop and go after west into the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. CB Windows home improvement products on your home for a limited time. Receive 50% off all products plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
62 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Most people have heard the name George Mason. Very few know what he actually did.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by Samuel Solutions Group.
June 1st, 1776. The Virginia Convention was days away from adopting the Virginia Declaration of Rights, written largely by Mason. It declared that all men are by nature free and equal, that government exists to serve the people, not the other way around. Jefferson was reading it as he drafted the Declaration. The language of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness didn't appear from nowhere. Mason never sought fame. History gave Jefferson the monument. Mason got a footnote.
The spirit of 76. As we celebrate 250 years, remember to thank God for our liberty, love your country for our freedoms, and proudly share your patriotism. Brought to you by Samuel Solutions Group.
Design it before you buy it. See B Windows home improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products plus 12 months, no interest, no payments.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, NASCAR fans, I'm talking to you, Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you during downtime, clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the program. Find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. All sorts of stuff is on the Marketplace. The Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. It's waiting for you. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Text my name, Tony, to 46220 to get started. Text Tony to 46220 and find your cash. Matt Bear joins us right now. Matt Bear, I know you're an IndyCar guy, and you were watching in Detroit, and Alex Below continues to lead. He could win his 4th championship in a row.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Crazy town. But you are also, like, all things driving, because you are the traffic guy. You'll watch the stock cars. You'll watch the midget stuff. NASCAR are nothing for you. Is that not right?
I love Danica Patrick. She's fantastic.
Right.
She's going to win it all this year.
Yeah. I hate to break it to you.
What's that?
Yeah, she's not in it.
Yes, you. What do you know? She's fast. Go, Daddy.
Woo! If Aaron Rodgers told you so, I'll believe you.
He's going to go levitate off a rock somewhere.
Dude, all I know is you do enough peyote, you can play to your 45 too.
Hey, take me to the desert, leave me for dead.
That's right. Someone find this man a yurt. Do it immediately. This is for the NASCAR fan. By the way, I'm just curious how many people are suing us for defamation now. Is Danica Patrick or is Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I didn't say anything.
First things first, all lawsuits go to Matt Bear.
Yeah, you can squeeze the blood from a turnip. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
Right. Market manager is Andrea Kerr. Just send it her way. She always likes a good mention on the show, is what I have found, Matt Bear.
I'm sure. I'm out.
Always good to bring up the market manager. No, it's great. It's great. You know, and I do not have a contract negotiation until, well, maybe today it turns out. If you're a NASCAR fan, this is for you. This right here is the Dale Earnhardt Sr. Tiffany-style touch lamp.
The lamp is intimidating.
Right? Yes. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Miss me or what?
The lamp has four basically panes on it, four leaves on it of glass. It could be plastic. And each one has a picture of Dale Earnhardt wearing the number 3, the hat, and it's just it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I'm telling you, how is it not already sold?
If you make fun of this lamp, they will come for your head.
The lamp is ridiculous because Dale Earnhardt Sr. deserves to be on the bat signal.
Oh.
He needs more lumens.
Much better.
Yeah. See how I saved that?
Yeah, it was really good. It looks
You're
like
welcome.
this lamp is covered in spikes. It's
lumens.
Got a little luminary.
Honestly, this is man cave spectacular. It's a must.
Yeah.
They're asking $75.
I'll pay $1,000 for this. Yeah.
You know what? Go right ahead.
Offer it, Matt.
It's a good picture of Dale Earnhardt Jr. He has a picture, kind of look on his face like, hey, I didn't win this race, but I'm happy just to be Dale.
Right. I didn't win this race, but I'm better than you. That's exactly what Dale Earnhardt is doing in this photo. And it's a touch lamp, so you don't turn it on and off. You just touch it, and it turns on.
Lazy people. Good Lord.
Right?
Got to reach underneath and grab it.
It's like you're touching Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
By reaching underneath and grabbing it.
Mm-hmm. It's the only way to turn on a lamp, Tony.
I am it's turning on something. I'm just so thankful that the school year is over. And that kids are not in their car right now.
Yeah, Carmel, Westboro.
It's a summer of freedom, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Bear Unleashed. Yeah. Summers on WIBC.
Let me tell you about gas prices.
Honestly, it's awesome. It is awesome in every way. It is so ridiculous, yet functional, yet perfect. It's like the one like you could put it in like your study. You could put it anywhere and just be like, what in the world? That's great. Like people will go, what the heck? And then say, that's awesome and leave it be. They'll chuckle every single time. Every single time.
All of that could happen. I'm not going to lie. It's
terrific.
Possible.
So you're in for $75.
No, I don't want it. Hell no.
I'm sorry. Real fans are in it for $75.
That Danica on it.
Not fair weather fans like Matt Bear, who thinks he still has a chance with Danica Patrick.
If she met me, let me tell you, buddy.
Right?
We would. It would go at least for a first date. I can always get the first date.
Danica Patrick is more ripped than you.
Oh. Ooh, ow. Ow. You can call me bad at my job. You can say anything you want about me, but that's going way too far. Way too far.
Oh. Just got to speak truth, son.
I'm going to show you my abs.
So that's all I can. That's all I can do, and that's what I did right there. This is listed right there with all the marketplace items at WIBC.com. Check it out for yourself. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning. You don't have to live with the pain because if you go to the Good Feet store, you can make that pain disappear. The pain in your knees, your hips, your lower back, it's because you don't have proper balance. It's because your arches are not supported. And yes, you got some work to do. The Good Feet store makes it easy, though, with their 3-step system, the strengtheners, the maintainers, and the relaxers. This is about training your arches. This is about getting proper support for your arches. This is about getting your body in proper alignment and making that pain go away. You don't need an appointment. You just walk into the Good Feet store, 2 Indy area locations to take care of you, and they'll give you a fitting. They'll see where your foot is and be like, okay, here's the issue. And then they'll be like, try this. And these inserts, they're going to feel weird. They're going to feel really, really, really weird. And then they're going to feel amazing, like they're massaging you. And then that pain can go away. Talk to the Good Feet store. Talk to one of their fit professionals today. Indy right now has 2 Good Feet locations. You've got Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off the 65. Head to Good Feet store right now. That's goodfeet.com. Goodfeet.com. Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony, north side, eastbound 465 approaching Keystone. A medical emergency blocking 2 left lanes and traffic stop and go past Westfield Boulevard. Not quite to Meridian yet, but we do have a 4-minute delay if you're making your way around on eastbound on the north side. Inbound 69, a little bit slow, 96, 2465. Eastbound 70 slows from West Street into the south split in. In the construction coming up from the south side, northbound 65 stop and go before Raymond up to Washington Street. That's a delay right now of 5 minutes. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. See B Window's home improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
63 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. If you've experienced storm damage, make the call to Michaelis. Here's Richard Michaelis to explain why.
Thanks, Pat. Michaelis is a local, family-owned and operated company. We're your neighbors, serving central Indiana for over 40 years. We offer free home inspections and are experts in roof damage caused by rain, wind, hail, tree impacts, and significant storms. Have gutter and siding damage from a storm? We take care of that too.
And if there's interior damage from the storm, is that something Michaelis can help with?
Yes, Michaelis repairs both interior and exterior storm damage. One of the best things we offer is helping you navigate the insurance process to make it as easy as possible.
If you've suffered storm damage, call the local company you can trust. Call or text Michaelis at 844-FIX-INDY. Water, storms, fire, or wet basements, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Make it Michaelis.
Applied Innovation customer Chris Saberin, Executive Director of the Children's Grief Center, depends on Applied Innovation for all his office technology services.
Applied Innovation is one of our strongest partners here at the agency. You know, we have our phone services through Applied Innovation, our copier services through Applied Innovation, and our shred services. And I also know that they're looking out for our future.
And you don't hesitate to recommend Applied Innovation?
I would highly recommend them at any time, and we'd be glad to have a conversation about our very positive experiences. I know the services from Applied Innovation are reliable, and you know, when it comes to IT, anything IT, it has to be reliable, because when it's not, we lose time, we lose money, and most importantly here, we lose connection with our families who come for our services, and we just can't have that as a service agency.
Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com. Applied Innovation.
You've probably heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's not houses, cars, or anything like that. It's actually your money being held by the Indiana Attorney General's Office Unclaimed Property Division. We're talking forgotten wages, old bank accounts, refunds, insurance payouts, stock dividends, and more. Right now, nearly $1 billion is waiting to be claimed by Hoosiers just like you. Find out if some of it is yours. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today. It's fast, free, and easy.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Heat and cool with nearly geothermal efficiency in places you can't fit ductwork with Mitsubishi electric ductless mini splits.
Just go to absolutecomfort.org. That's absolutecomfort.org.
Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield joins Impact Fitness Foundation to bring whole health to Brookside School 54. Healthy food, fitness, and wellness. More at anthem.com/indy/community. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies, Inc.
Good food for a good cause. Saturday at Sullivan's for the annual Remembering Rita barbecue event benefiting the Alzheimer's Association. The Home and Garden Show will broadcast live from the Keystone Sullivan store. Make any donation and get good food, prizes, and entertainment.
My only experience with homeowners insurance went very, very well. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It was a few years back when I got back from Christmas vacation, and my house was flooded. We had the super cold come through, and pipes froze, and, well, that was that. It was bad. And our insurance did a great job. Didn't have an issue. Sent the pictures, talked to people, next thing you know, things are happening. But that isn't the case, or at least that's the reporting. This was the Wall Street Journal. Nearly half of claims result in zero payout. Now, I can accept the fact that not every claim results in a payout. I could easily understand that some claims are faulty, some claims are fraud, some claims are mismanaged, all of this. Some claims after investigation, it's not the fault of this, it's the fault of something else. But 43% of claims result in zero payout. Sorry, 44%. The 5 biggest home insurers, according to the Wall Street Journal, did not pay out on more than 44% of claims last year. Now, if you and I were sitting at the bar, we're on a bar stool, we're having a bourbon, and we talked about the cost of homeowners insurance, to a person, doesn't matter where you were born, doesn't matter your color, doesn't matter your ethnicity, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your politics. To a person, if I'm sitting there and I say, man, homeowners insurance costs, the person across from me, you, are going to go, yeah, I know, this is insane. And there are going to be 4-letter words involved. It's going to get to a person. The person in the car next to you on the commute is agreeing with you. The person who lives next door is agreeing with you. It's all nuts. 44% of claims don't get paid out? You're going to ask me to believe that 44% of claims are fraudulent or mismanaged? No chance, no shot. That's an issue. It was 36% 10 years ago. So it's up 8%. You mean the costs are going up, we're paying more. The dollar is getting squozen by many economic factors, as it was during 4 years of Biden, and right now is because of war and inflation. Still persisting from Biden, and still some things that we're doing today that we should be doing less of. They're up 8%, and in terms of the amount of claims not being paid, but we're paying more. I am not somebody who lives their life by saying, oh, these big companies and something has to be done. That's the weirdo Luigi sect who thinks that you should go around murdering people. It's disgusting and it's despicable. And all those people who support Luigi, they're the enemies of humanity. I didn't say we shouldn't look at some of these things and say, what are we doing here? Like, for example, the idea of mandates. If more claims are not being paid out, why is it that we are mandated to carry this insurance? The claim's not going to be carried out anyway or paid out anyway. Why can't we have other concepts at play? Now, I'm not saying that there aren't other insurances that one can get on their home, whether it's contents, not contents, etc. But I think it is acceptable to ask, what exactly are we doing here? Do I want to force an insurance company to pay? I don't know how one does that. I want to be able to look at a claim and ask whether or not the claim is legit. But if you tell me that 44% of claims were not legit, I'm going to look at you askew and say, show us. Show us how that's the case. I didn't say that you couldn't have scrutiny. You force us to have the insurance. I don't mind scrutiny of the thing. I do, however, have issues with levels of mandates. All I'm saying is this is a rough number. The cost keeps going up. The payouts are less. That's an untenable situation. That is a problem. Yeah, we'll just leave it at problem for now. Matt Bear has traffic. Matthew, what's going on?
All right, Tony. Eastbound 465 before Westfield Boulevard. Medical emergency. 2 left lanes blocked and traffic slow past Westfield Boulevard. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. See B Windows home improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products, plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
My kids were saying, why didn't you do this at the old house when we lived with you?
Your neighbors have a lot to say about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like Beth.
In our old house, we just had the old concrete flooring in the garage and it's so dirty. And I decided when we built this new home that I was going to be doing our garage floors and our back patio right off the top. And of course, Galaxy was the quote I went with.
And Galaxy's not epoxy. It's 4 times stronger.
Some of the things that were the deciding factors was Galaxy's lifetime warranty. That's huge. I was surprised that not everyone offered that.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is UV resistant with no yellowing and 4 times stronger than epoxy.
The Galaxy crew was amazing. They were so clean. They picked up after themselves. I can't say enough about them.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
And the movers even commented. And the movers say they see lots of these floors. So they really liked it and asked us who we used. And I told them we use Galaxy.
We are out of this world.
Getting older is a part of life. Feeling exhausted all the time doesn't have to be. If your energy is down, your sex drive isn't what it used to be, your workouts feel harder, your focus is off, or you just don't feel like yourself anymore, it may be time to head to Low T Center. About 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone, and for many men, the symptoms happen so gradually, you may not even notice or just assume that it's stress, work, lack of sleep, or just part of aging.
At Low T Center, providers specialize in hormone health and testosterone replacement therapy. They use lab work, symptoms, health history, and personal goals to create treatment plans tailored to each patient because no 2 men are exactly alike. TRT may help support energy, focus, libido, body comp, mood, overall quality of life. You don't have to settle for feeling less than your best. Low T Center works with most insurance providers and offers free testosterone tests for men who want answers. Visit fixmylowt.com to book your appointment today. Fixmylowt.com.
Through their service, veterans have our backs. Now we should have theirs. Learn more at gotyoursix.org.
Our grandfather started the Tom Roush Auto Group in 1972 with one simple belief: to treat people right.
Today, as the Roush third generation, we are proud to carry that forward with hundreds of quality used cars you can trust.
And long after the sale, our service departments are here to take care of you with oil changes, repairs, and everything in between.
Need to sell your car? We'll buy it no matter the age or mile.
Come visit us at one of our locations in Westfield and Fishers, or visit us at tomroush.com.
See why for your next car, you should ride with Roush.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. The spring storms are rolling in, causing chimney leaks. But don't forget about those birds and raccoons that want inside your chimney too, adding unwanted odors and fire hazards. Don't wait until the fall. Get it fixed now. We're experienced, fully trained professionals ready to fix your chimney right. Call us today at 317-757-6979. Chimney Solutions Indiana, protecting your home all year long.
Hey, Pat Sullivan for Hope Plumbing. Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is the greatest spectacle in home services. To celebrate the 110th anniversary of the Indy 500, Hope is revving up their deals. During the month of May, Hope is offering $100 off any $500 or more plumbing or electrical service. Let's go racing and start saving. Call Hope Plumbing today, 641-HOPE,
before you have to wave that yellow flag.
Hammer and Nigel Show. Nobody has more fun on the radio than we do. We got the biggest stories of the day. Guy Relford joins us for Monday Gun Day. We crack the mic right after the news at 3.
Through their service, veterans have our backs. Now we should have theirs. Learn more at gotyoursix.org.
Good Monday morning. Coming up in a couple of minutes where gas prices are this morning. Jake McDaniel has a report on an IU grad killed in a parking garage and what Carmel's mayor is saying about violent crime in her community after Fox News. From the Price Point Comfort Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
He insists Iran really wants to make a deal. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and President Trump posted on Truth Social early this morning, it will be a good one for the U.S. As for when, the president wrote, just sit back and relax. It will all work out well.
Now, the demands from the U.S. side remain to be Iran has to agree to no nuclear weapon, but they also have to agree not to buy one. Any remaining materials have to be destroyed. The Strait of Hormuz has to open with no tolls. Sea mines, they also have to be removed, and the U.S. naval blockade has to be lifted.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff at the White House, but with no deal yet, fighting keeps flaring up. The U.S. military went on the attack Saturday and Sunday, with Central Command reporting it targeted Iranian drones and air defenses and a ground control station. Iran has retaliated today, firing drones and missiles at Kuwait, where U.S. troops are stationed, but Kuwait intercepted them. And Fox's Trey Yingst reports from Tel Aviv.
We're also tracking developments in the conflict between Israel and Iran's largest proxy, Hezbollah. Over the weekend, Hezbollah launched more than 50 rockets into northern Israel as Israeli ground forces pushed deeper into southern Lebanon. This morning, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered the IDF to strike the Lebanese capital of Beirut, specifically the Dahya neighborhood, a Hezbollah stronghold.
A two-day manhunt is over for the suspected gunman who shot 2 sheriff's deputies in Virginia on Friday. It ended last night with Michael Puckett's arrest in North Carolina.
Puckett is accused of opening fire on 2 Virginia deputies during a welfare check in Carroll County on Friday night and then fleeing the scene. Deputy Logan Utt died from his wounds.
That's Fox's Alex Hogan. Hurricane season started this morning in the Atlantic. Government forecasters predict a below-average season with 8 to 14 named storms.
Last year was also slightly below average, but a cautionary tale. We had 4 majors, 3 Category 5 monsters. Hurricane Melissa devastated Jamaica, killing close to 50 people there.
Fox Weather's Ian Oliver. None of the storms last year hit in the U.S. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A cruel act against a man who had so much life ahead of him. Clear radar over downtown Indianapolis, 64 degrees, warming to 78 on this Monday. Good morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. Police say a man was shot in what they call a random attack in Indianapolis last week has died. He was a graduate of IU's Kelly School of Business. Jake McDaniel has more.
Brett Scrogum was on his way to an Indianapolis Indians game at Victory Field Thursday, but he was shot inside a downtown parking garage and later died Sunday. Speaking with Fox 59, Robin Collier remembered Brett as the neighbor who helped save her dogs from a burning home.
We are all devastated and heartbroken for the family. We just can't even fathom what is going on. The world right now needs more Bretts in the world. We don't need more violence.
Scrogum was a top 100 student at the IU Kelly School of Business. He was 23. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Carmel's Mayor Sue Finkham says Indianapolis's violent crime is beginning to reach parts of suburban Indianapolis, including Hamilton County. That includes a man who carjacked somebody last week. He was a repeat offender and had committed various crimes in Marion County.
Someone in Indianapolis and Marion County needs to step up, raise their hand and say, you know what, this case is egregious. This case is symbolic of a problem we have down here.
And Finkham joined WIBC's Tony Katz in the morning news last hour. In the closing hours of the session, the Illinois Senate approved a bill to help keep the Bears in Illinois. The House, however, wrapped up without voting on it.
I'm proud of our House. I'm proud of the processes that let us get big things done. Sometimes that takes a little time. Sometimes that means we need to take the time to fix it in the House.
State Rep Chris Welch says the Bears have been firm about moving on from Soldier Field. They're considering Arlington Heights, where they own property, and Indiana
is pitching its own deal with property taxes being significantly lowered. Gas prices are lower this morning, $1.13 from last month. Regular unleaded on the average this morning, $3.66 compared to $4.79 a month ago. A crash near Seymour over the weekend killed a 12-year-old boy in backed-up traffic along I-65. Medics found 2 cars, a semi and a pickup truck, towing a camper, all involved on Saturday. 5 others hurt. 2 have been released from the hospital. NDOT shut down the highway for about a day and a half. It just reopened last night. It'll stay dry across Indiana all week, and you could leave the umbrella at home, at least for now.
We're not really going to see any rain throughout the whole week. The next chance for rain we actually have isn't until Saturday. Even more on the good news front, the dew points are going to be generally in the mid to 40s to low 50s.
That's forecaster Andrew White at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis. And the Indiana Fever returned home on Thursday from an 0-2 West Coast swing that included a heated argument between head coach Stephanie White and guard Caitlin Clark on Saturday, and a 16-point loss to the expansion Portland Fire. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. What you got going on, Matt Bear?
Good morning, Ryan. Looking at the north side, eastbound 465 approaching Keystone Avenue. A medical emergency blocking 2 left lanes. Delay has cleared out. Westbound lanes slow after Allisonville Road over to Keystone. Inbound 70, stop and go after Emerson Avenue into the north split. South side, northbound 65 grinding before Raymond Street up to Washington Street. That's a delay of 7 minutes. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. CB Windows home improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products plus 12 months. No interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Amber Hardwick, Fox 59 meteorologist. What's going on?
Well, this morning we have mild temperatures. We are in the 60s across central Indiana. Mostly cloudy skies. Have been tracking a few light showers, primarily northeast of Indianapolis. Few sprinkles at best. We're not going to see much activity for today. There's going to be a lot of dry time, although some cloud cover going to be in the mix. Partly sunny by the late afternoon. We should have a high near 77 degrees later on today. Breeze out of the east-northeast, 6 to 12 miles per hour. Partly cloudy and cool during the overnight. We'll have lows dropping near 54 degrees. And then for tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, northeast wind with gusts up to 20 miles per hour, high near 76 degrees. Dry time this week and a lot of sunshine too as temperatures approach 80 by Wednesday. We'll have highs in the lower 80s by Thursday and Friday.
That is Amber Hardwick of Fox 59, making the complex simple. Amber, thank you. 64 degrees. No, 65 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:07. So there is no peace deal. The president had said, hey, here's the deal that the Iranians want. I'll take a look at it and get back to you. And no. There's no deal as of yet. Of course, the skirmishes continue, but somehow there's still a ceasefire. And the Iranians are saying, well, you can't do anything until Israel stops bombing Hezbollah because Israel and the United States, we're putting that together in the deal. I'm not in charge of what Israel does. Israel's not in charge of what we do. Let's not be ridiculous. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. If we have a common interest in ending the terrorist regime that is the Iranians and the IRGC, I say good. Let's work together to do that. But they've got to deal with Hezbollah, this terrorist organization to the north, funded by the Iranians. Well, then they're going to do what they have to do. And they have now crossed the Litani River. They've taken something called Beaufort Castle, which they controlled from 1980 to 2002, and others have controlled over the years, as basically a bit of symbolism. Now, symbolism is extremely important. And we talk about Islamic culture and importance. Conquest matters greatly. So I should take a moment to discuss the commentary of Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith and talking about Islam. which I believe the quote he used was demonic cult. A couple things here. Micah Beckwith is interested in being a podcaster. He is not interested in being a lieutenant governor. I find the fan base for him to be completely without any level of true sanity in not recognizing that when it comes to leadership, it's not there. Doesn't exist. He calls me arrogant like I would begin to care. Go back and listen to his performances on this show. Talk about arrogant. And to Lieutenant Governor, you did this to yourself. You did this to this relationship. Don't ever try and out-tough guy me. It's just ridiculous. I'm never going to try and out-tough guy you. You did this. Don't ever forget it. Demonic cult is not how you get people to understand the issues with Islamists. It's not how you get people to recognize the issues with Islam as a whole. And the recognition that it is not a religion, it is a political system, and it has never gone through a reformation, which is desperately needed. And when Congressman Andre Carson says, how dare you this, that, and the other, Congressman Carson should be amongst the first to say that reformation is necessary. And that when you see 10%, if it's just 10% of 2 billion people involved in fanaticism, that is a danger. We should say so. And when you see that fanaticism on our shores, when you see it in the country, when you see it in our state, we should say so. We should say so with efficiency. And to say, how dare you say that because you're an Islamophobe? Oh, stop it. Whether it's Congressman Carson or anybody else, you sound as ridiculous as Micah Beckwith. Do you really want to sound that ridiculous? It is not Islamophobia to note issues and say so. It's a political system. I didn't say anything wrong. It's a political system. And it is incompatible with Western civilization. And we have seen this time and again and again and again. So why can't we say that? It's factual. It is. You want the nation to endure, so do I. Has to be about the nation. I didn't say people couldn't practice their religion. But when they think their religion should be practiced on me, we're going to have ourselves a fight. And to not note that that has been the guiding principle of the Islamist over history and across the globe is laughable. And there's nothing that Congressman Andre Carson can say against what I just laid out as factual statement. The problem with the lieutenant governor is that he wants clicks. He wants to be a podcaster. He's looking forward to his life after being lieutenant governor because leadership is hard. And getting clicks, well, the wilder your commentary, the easier it is. And he's figured that out. Wear skinny jeans, be wild, get clicks, profit. It's a 4-step process for him. But do we have a problem with the political system of Islam and Western civilization? Of course we do. And to not say so when you're in leadership, Congressman Carson, or anybody else, that's cowardly. And that's wrong. Western civilization must endure. The Constitution must endure. And people then have their religion. It just goes like that. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the
active participation that we're able to have in selection of stone for the countertops really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
The Voice of Health Minute with Dr. Robert Prather of Holistic Integration. What diagnostic tests should be done for women's hormonal health?
Well, of course, a whole panel. Obviously, you need to know the liver, how everything's functioning, thyroid, but you also need to test the androgenic hormones. Hair analysis and certain gut bacteria will affect the hormones, so you have to look at that too. In other words, you have to have a full picture on everything. Also, an analysis of how the nervous system is working, really testing out the whole system. Just yesterday, I had a lady come in and she said, I couldn't get my doctors to actually do all these tests. If you don't test, you don't know. Testing is the basis of our practice because we know what the problem is and we know when it's fixed because we can actually test it out. It's a matter of being willing to do the diagnostics, and Good Structure Function Office will do those.
The Voice of Health with Dr. Robert Prather, Sundays at 8 p.m. or anytime at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matthew Baer, he is in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Northbound 65, stop and go traffic before Raven up to Washington Street. That is construction, costing us 8 extra minutes right now. East side northbound 465, it's slow after 70 up to Penn Pike and then drags a little bit to East 75th Street. Westbound 465, stop and go traffic from Allisonville Road over to Westfield Boulevard. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance, insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
66 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
For 45 years, Dish has been connecting America with the best in family TV entertainment and advanced technology at an unbeatable value. And that commitment continues with our new 45th anniversary special offer. Get the lowest price in satellite TV starting as low as $89.99 a month. In a world of rising costs and hidden fees, Dish stays transparent, reliable, and honest, just like our founders intended. Learn more by calling 888-ADD-DISH or visit dish.com. Terms and conditions apply.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Summer is here, and so are the muddy shoes, open windows, and extra traffic through the house. That's why it's time to call my friends at Zero Res. They clean carpets and hardwood, tile, upholstery, air ducts, and more with no harsh soaps or sticky residue left behind. Now, right now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139, plus air duct cleaning for $599 per system. Clean home, cleaner air, and a price families can feel good about. Call 317-388-5141. Visit ZeroResIndy.com for the WIBC special.
Party people, it's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show from my friends at We Grow Hair Indie, WeGrowHairIndie.com. Do yourself a favor and set up that free evaluation. It's free. I wish I would have done it a lot sooner, but ever since I met with those guys and ever since my procedure, I look and I feel better. Stop putting it off and get that free consultation. WeGrowHairIndie.com or give them a call at 317-522-2995. Tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
In Illinois, they didn't get the job done. Now, that doesn't mean it's all over and the Bears are coming to Hammond. It means that Illinois didn't get the job done for their legislative session, but they come back in the summer. Are the Bears really willing to wait that long? Insult us that greatly? And should we take it? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. We go Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick of InsideIndianaBusiness.com on the Twitter X at IIB. This is kind of what we were waiting to see. And we didn't know what was going to happen until last night when the session ended, because Saturday was the day, Gary Dick, and walk us through what you know about it. They decided to scrap their original plan and say, why don't we allow individual cities and areas to create their own stadium universes and stadium funding ideas and take the state a little bit out of it, copying the Indiana model.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did, is copy the Indiana model, Tony. And as you mentioned, Saturday and certainly yesterday, just a buzz of activity in Illinois. And really it underscores, I think you could make the argument, folks in Indiana have been saying all along, dysfunction in Illinois, kind of given the stiff arm to the Bears for months, maybe several years on this whole project. Why not come to Indiana where Indiana wants the team? And the fact that they scrapped that privately financed stadium plan in taking this page out of Indiana's book, if you will, to create a public-private entity, a stadium authority, as you mentioned, that could be formed in Arlington Heights. Chicago, that's the other thing that's amazing here. The city of Chicago back in the mix now. They were out before. The NFL, the team, both had said it was just down to Hammond and Arlington Heights. Chicago now apparently in the mix as well, as we have this framework for a deal. But as you said, Tony, at 4 o'clock this morning, the Senate passed the deal and then went on to the House for an expected passage. It didn't happen. So no deal in Illinois yet. You mentioned the potential to come back in the summer. The governor would have to call a special session to do that. The Bears came out with a statement as well, Tony, that said that, hey, we're going to continue to do our due diligence and do our have our focus on Arlington Heights and Hammond, those two sites,
right.
And we're going to remain on a timeline for late spring, early summer for a decision.
So let's take a step back. First, it was April where the Illinois House passed what they call their mega projects bill. It was a 78-32 vote. So it stalled in the Senate. And the reason it stalled in the Senate in Illinois was a conversation about property tax relief, because what Arlington Heights was saying is that if you're here, we want the property taxes. We want our money. We want our share. We want our cut. We want to get paid. And this was a sticking point for the Senate, even if it went somewhere else. And that's where they said, why don't we steal the Indiana idea and let local municipalities be able to handle more of this, and then they could forego property taxes if they want altogether. It would actually open up more potential areas. You bring up Chicago. There is nothing out there that says the Bears want to stay within the city limits. Absolutely nothing. Yep. So much so that just last week it was the governor, J.B. Pritzker, saying of the mayor, Brandon Johnson, and I'm paraphrasing here, Gary Dick, you, Mayor Johnson, are an incompetent freak. You haven't put out a single plan. You haven't talked to anybody. You're not keeping the team. My gosh, you stink to high heaven. So we really are talking about Arlington Heights or Hammond. What are you hearing from Mayor McDermott? What are you hearing from Hammond? What are you hearing from the State House about our chances?
You were paraphrasing, but you were pretty close.
Yes.
Pretty close to what he said, because there was no love lost there, to be sure. I actually had Mayor McDermott on the show this past weekend before a lot of this stuff happened, and he continued to say, bottom line is the Bears want property tax certainty. That is something that that team officials and others in the process have been harping on and have really been preaching on since day one. So the Indiana package gives them that with the setup here. That's why the deal in Illinois was scrapped. That so-called mega projects deal was scrapped in favor of a plan similar to Indiana. So we will see. And it also gets into some things, I think, Tony, even though allegedly public monies wouldn't be substantially involved here, or public participation, let's say. But as you look at the fiscal health of certainly the city of Chicago, but even the state of Illinois compared to Indiana, there's really no comparison. And there's a feeling here in Indiana that says, okay, Illinois, you come up with a deal. Bears, how confident are you that Illinois is going to be able to deliver on that deal over the long term, given its fiscal situation. Its
well, that's an
financial health.
interesting take. Talking to Gary Dick from InsideIndianaBusiness.com, is there a feeling that even if the Bears put something on, even if Illinois put something on the table in a desperation move, is there a feeling from business community or any community in Illinois or in Indiana or from the Bears themselves that do we trust them to actually be able to follow through on this?
Yeah, I think it's real. I think it's real, and I think privately, I would not be surprised that certainly folks in Indiana are making that case. Hey, we're sitting on a more solid financial fiscal ground and can deliver on this. We don't think Illinois can per se. And then you look at the companies from Boeing to multiple companies that have left the city of Chicago, left the state of Illinois recently, in part because of that fiscal situation and the dysfunction that we tend to see in the state of Illinois. So we'll see where this plays out. It's certainly not done yet. The big question is, would there be a special session called? When would it happen? The ball continues to be in Illinois' court. We'll see what happens.
And then there's the idea they're going to make the decision late spring, early summer. Guess what? That's right now. And I can't imagine they want to drag it out. But let's get back to Indiana, right? The Bears are putting $2 billion into a stadium. We're adding, I think, $1 billion in infrastructure and other things. Then they can actually buy the stadium for $1 and they would own the stadium. There's always the question of whether or not we should be involved in any stadium financing at all. And I can go back to Reason Magazine, Reason.com, doing pieces 15 plus years ago where the math showed that this doesn't work. This is crazy. Are we getting in over our head, even though I think what we have offered is a legitimate offer and makes sense, and we kept our powder dry and we are not overextending? That's my take. Is there a feeling that, you know what, maybe we shouldn't be in this? Or is the feeling, my gosh, if the Bears do come, watch the investment pour in to Lake and Porter County?
I think it leans more to that, Tony. And to your point on should states and local municipalities be involved in this kind of thing? It's a legitimate debate, and it's a debate that's been going on for a long time. But as you make that argument and make that debate beyond the numbers and look and see, the Colts as an example, how many people would argue that the public investment in that ultimately attracted the Colts to Indianapolis was worth it? Was it worth it? You could go on down the list in communities and cities and towns around the country and make that same argument. So, and you look at it, Tony, you and I have talked about this. There's real momentum. Northwest Indiana in particular, for years, I'll say maybe decades, has been it's all been negative news. It's all been layoffs and cutbacks and problems with the economy. That's changed in a big way. Big investment coming in there with the South Shoreline and communities throughout the region investing in Northwest Indiana. This could be something that would really kind of set that over the top potentially. Again, legitimate argument to have when it comes to government participation in these types of things. But if you look at, in particular, Northwest Indiana, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find too many people that would oppose this deal.
Gary Dick, InsideIndianaBusiness.com. I appreciate you taking the time. Matt Bear's got traffic on the 5s. Matthew, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony, the medical emergency cleared on the north side, eastbound 465. After Westfield Boulevard, we're good to go there. Traffic is cleared out. Westbound 465, now stop and go from I-69 over past Allisonville Road. Just reported a crash. And we'll have more on that coming up at 8:35. Westbound 70 crash exiting to rural Keystone. It's on the right shoulder. The ramp is partially blocked. And northbound 6570, it is construction, so slow from the south split up to Washington. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance, insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs for protection on the road and on the water. See how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel Show. Nobody has more fun on the radio than we do. We got the biggest stories of the day. Guy Relford joins us for Monday Gun Day. We crack the mic right after the news at 3.
That time of year, again, the kids are out of school, summer vacations getting planned, right? You've got the family cookouts. They're right around the corner if they haven't happened already. And somewhere on that list is that roof project you've been meaning to take care of, but you don't have the time for it. You're never going to find the time for it. That's why you call Moss Roofing. They take care of your roof, your siding, your gutters, and your windows so you can spend more time focused on the things that matter most to you. They offer free inspections. They take a thorough look at your home's exterior, giving you honest recommendations about what actually needs to be done. No pressure and no guesswork. And if storm damage is found and insurance needs to get involved, they're going to help you guide. They're going to help guide you through the process. See, that's how you learn how to talk. They're pretty excellent. Moss Roofing, get the job done right every single time. For your free inspection, call Moss Roofing right now. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing. 747-3665 or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
I'm with Applied Innovation customer Marcy Luhigo, Development Director with Midwest Food Bank. Marcy, you did your due diligence before partnering with Applied Innovation.
Applied Innovation just did a very good job of trying to get a good understanding of what our needs were and bringing forth solutions and some seamless customer service. So it was very easy to pick them.
And Applied Innovation has performed?
So just the way that their services are set up in terms of the plan that we are on and the service that they're providing and everything that they have automated for us is both a time and money saver for us.
What's the bottom line benefit for Marcy having selected Applied Innovation?
I would just say that my support staff are very happy with this, and so that makes me happy.
Make your staff happy by partnering with Applied Innovation. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com. Applied Innovation.
The Thompson Furniture and Mattress Memorial Day sale is here. Save up to $900 on Sealy, Stearns, Tempur, and bed gear. It's the Smith Brothers once-in-a-lifetime sale. 50% off when you purchase 2 or more pieces. Get the final piece for $99.
Lazy Boy, 50% off. Sofas start at $9.99. Lift chairs starting at $6.99. Summer is here. Outdoor furniture by Pollywood, Berlin Gardens, and Ashley, all on sale and free delivery to Indy. Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The Senate was on board with the bill. Clear radar, cloudy day to start your Monday, but nevertheless nice. 62, warming to 77. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 8:31. A last-minute compromise to keep the Chicago Bears in Illinois went nowhere after a marathon legislative session that ended this morning. The Senate passed a stadium bill overnight, but the House adjourned without taking it up. Inside Indiana Business's Gary Dick says the Bears want property tax certainty.
That is something that the team officials and others in the process have been harping on and have really been preaching on since day one. So the Indiana package gives them that with the setup here. That's why the deal in Illinois was scrapped.
He stopped by to chat with WIBC's Tony Katz minutes ago. Meanwhile, reaction in Springfield, Illinois this morning.
I'm proud of our House. I'm proud of the processes that let us get big things done. Sometimes that takes a little time. Sometimes that means we need to take the time to fix it in the House.
That's State Rep Chris Welch reacting to the Bears deal, or lack thereof. The Bears are still considering Arlington Heights, where they own a lot of property, and Indiana is pushing its own pitch for a dome stadium in Hammond. People are calling it senseless violence, an act that took the young life of a man who had so much to live for and who had just graduated from IU's Kelly School of Business.
Brett Scrogum was a top 100 student at the IU Kelly School of Business. His classmate, James Wilson, told Fox 59, Scrogum was always there for his friends.
He was, such a good friend, and he was willing to drive 12 hours to come all the way down there to support me and be in my wedding. Hopefully that's a testament to show, how much he cared.
Scrogum was headed to a baseball game Thursday when someone shot him inside a parking garage in downtown Indianapolis. A person told the cops they heard the gunshot, but police haven't arrested anyone. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Ball State football player Gavin Yates Lyons, only 18, has died after being injured in a shooting last week in Tallahassee, Florida. The university confirmed the news Sunday and said the freshman defensive back died from injuries that he suffered while being shot in a parking garage. Yates Lyons was one of 3 people that was caught in the crossfire. As you may have heard, there have been several protests outside an ICE detention center in New Jersey.
Police arresting more anti-ICE protesters outside Delaney Hall in Newark, New Jersey. The arrests come as a new mandatory curfew takes effect around that facility. The ICE detention center has been the focus of often tense and at times violent protests for about a week. Demonstrators allege immigrants have been tortured and denied adequate food at the facility. The Department of Homeland Security denies those claims.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting. And gas prices in Indiana continue to drop, down $3.66. That's down $1.09 from where it was last month at this time. And sports on WIBC at 8:34. IndyCar driver Alex Palou won the Detroit Grand Prix Sunday after starting from the pole, earning his 4th victory of the season and his 2nd in Motown. The 4-time series champion has opened up a strong points lead as he continues that push toward a 4th straight championship.
It was not an easy day at all. It was not like a straight, there's races where it's just straightforward and whatever it looks like it's going to be, it is. But today was plenty of action, struggling a lot on restarts.
And Kyle Kirkwood finished 2nd after pressuring Palou through much of the race, and Graham Rahal came in 3rd. The Indianapolis Colts continue their offseason work today. They're in week 2 of the OTAs. Mandatory minicamp starts a week from tomorrow. The Indiana Fever return home Thursday for Commissioner's Cup play against the Atlanta Dream after going 0-2 on the recent West Coast trip, including a loss to the expansion Portland Fire on Saturday. And it's the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. Game 1 tips off Wednesday night in Texas. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Good morning, Ryan. Looking at westbound 70 exiting to World Street. It's a crash on the exit, blocking the right shoulder. North side westbound 465 at Allisonville Road. Crash. Right lane blocked. Traffic stop and go. Back to I-69 at 8-minute delay. South side, northbound 65 slow before the south split, then up to Washington Street because of construction, and that delay is at 2 minutes. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. See B Window's home improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products, plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
He wrote the words that declared America free and changed the course of history with ink and conviction.
This is America at 250, Indiana's revolutionary roots.
A restless thinker, he drafted the Declaration of Independence, helped imagine Washington, D.C., and as president, doubled the nation's territory through the Louisiana Purchase. He founded a university and turned architecture into legacy. His ideas shaped not just a revolution, but a nation. He was Thomas Jefferson, the man whose words wrote a country into existence. Indiana honored that influence, naming Jeffersonville and Jefferson County for the leader whose ideas shaped both the map and the meaning of America.
Learn more about the characters of Indiana's revolutionary roots and This Day in the Revolution with the Spirit of 76 podcast. Both available at WIBC.com.
Trust me. Are you thinking about your next home improvement project, but you need more than a window replacement? Whether it's siding, entry doors, or maybe a bath or shower remodel, design it before you buy it. That's right. B's using the latest technology to create an architectural design so you can see our products on your house before you purchase. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products, plus 12 months, no interest, no payments. Trust me.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. Dow futures are up 153. NASDAQ futures are up 44. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Oil prices up a little bit. $89.74 a barrel on the West Texas crude, $93.14 on the Brent crude. You've got Kuwait condemning Iran after shooting down incoming fire, condemning the heinous and repeated attacks. Forces intercepted multiple missile and drone attacks from Tehran. But, you know, the ceasefire is going just great. Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. You've got the Iranian president, Pezeshkian, allegedly resigning, admitting to the fact that the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has taken over large portions of the government. You can't negotiate with the IRGC. Can't do it. Can't be done. The president can tell me, you know, just relax. Just sit back and relax. It will all work out well in the end. It always does. That's part of a Truth Social post he put out, going after the Democrats and unpatriotic Republicans. Well, since I'm not there at the negotiating table, I guess I'll just wait for more information. But telling Americans to just sit back and relax is a bold strategy, even for the president of the United States. 10-year Treasury at 4.449. It has calmed down a little bit from those 4.6s, heading up to 4.7. Hopefully we'll see a little bit better in the 30-year fixed mortgage. Gold at $4,500 an ounce, $4,501.50 an ounce to be exact. Silver at $75.45 an ounce. Bitcoin at 72,000. So you got that going for you. Unless that's not the number you wanted, in which case you don't have that going for you at all. And of course, every conversation right now in the tech world is about what are you investing in for AI next? What's AI going to do next? And then there's this conversation of just the rejection of AI in toto from younger generations. Now, are they rejecting AI or rejecting AI taking their job? And do businesses really think they're going to get a better result from AI as opposed to people? And I believe the answer there is going to be mixed. Some people are going to do just fine from AI being able to complete the tasks. Some people will find that having a human being is better. Maybe it's better because you end up with a better result. Maybe because in the end, you're not having to check the work of the AI and you'll get a cleaner product in a shorter amount of time. Maybe it's just because people will be weirded out by the AI and don't want to do that, and it will be a marketing advantage. We use real people, not weirdo, freaky robots that like to think they're people and want to rise up to destroy us. Not sure. The AI is here, and not everybody is going to want to play. Well, let's see how this works out. Don't deny reality, though. Denying reality is always weird. Right now, I have not yet been replaced by AI. That's just today. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Something just changed in Indianapolis radio.
Officers found a man with a gunshot wound.
One owner said a group forced their way inside, grabbed cash, and then took off.
Indy's most watched news team just joined the most listened to news station in Indianapolis.
Fox 59 News.
You are listening to 93 WIBC.
Fox 59 and 93 WIBC. Together, keeping you in the know while you're on the go. 93 WIBC.
I'm a Window Nation customer. I use Window Nation Windows, and here's why. Because Window Nation was recently ranked highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies. They also got an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 45,000 five-star reviews.
This is an awesome deal. I mean, it saves you a lot of money. Buy 4 windows, get 4 for free. That's the sale going on right now. But it's not going to last forever. So really, you could replace all the windows in your home and get half of them for free. And if you call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com and mention Hammer and Nigel, you could get 0 down payments and no payment or interest for 2 years. Free consultation. What are you waiting for? Get the free consultation. WindowNation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of the Wounded Warrior Project.
1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone, but all of them can get their testosterone levels back.
Low T Center tailors their TRT to every man to make sure their levels are where they need to be. They even take insurance. FixMyLowT.com and book your free testosterone test today.
When the cold takes over, Bassett Services is the name you can trust to keep your home warm and safe. From furnace repairs to full system replacements, we provide reliable solutions with care and professionalism. For urgent repairs or routine maintenance, Bassett delivers service you can depend on. We've been the first call for heating and cooling in Indianapolis for decades, so sound the hound at BassettServices.com for all your heating needs. Bassett Services.
Always by your side.
This time of year, homes are filled with kids watching TV, playing games, and raiding the fridge. AES Indiana knows summer energy use adds up. That's why they work year-round to keep electricity reliable and affordable. It's about more than electricity. It's about powering what matters to you.
I've been burned before. I was just repeating the same patterns. It turns out I had a type.
Workplaces everywhere are looking for love. And by love, we mean the easy way to order food at work. Easy Cater.
I thought ordering from great restaurants at work had to be complicated, but then I met Easy Cater. So many options, so flexible, and when I ordered for 50 gluten-free vegans without going over budget, I knew I'd found the platform I wanted to do life and lunch with.
Fall in love with Easy Cater. Start an order at easycater.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear is in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
All right, Tony, east side crash moving from westbound 72 Rural Street on the exit ramp, and it's on the right shoulder. Slow after Rural into the north split. South side, northbound 65, stop and go from Raymond Street up to Washington Street because of construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Design it before you buy it. CB Windows home improvement products on your home. For a limited time, receive 50% off all products plus 12 months. No interest, no payments. I'm Matt Bear. With traffic on the 5s, follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 67 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:45.
See Kid Rock live with John Party on Friday, June 19th at Ruoff Music Center. One huge night of country and rock you won't want to miss. Get your tickets now at WIBC.com.
It's Redemption Monday!
Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here's how we play our game. Producer Carl has selected a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I am allowed to get help from the chat room as we live stream on YouTube. Just go to WIBC and subscribe, or I can phone a friend and phone Matt Bear. I also play on Mondays. We play Redemption Monday. So this is a theme song that I missed, and I now have a chance to redeem myself on what it is, and I don't remember what it is. But let me phone a friend just in case. Let me check with Matt Bear. Matt Bear, what is this television theme song?
Tony, that's The Floor is Lava.
Nice. That is nice right there. You know what? I'll go with the chat room just because why not? This is the theme song to Mrs. Columbo. I have no idea what this is.
It's The Gong Show with Chuck Barris.
Ah, this is the theme to The Gong Show. Everybody remember that so we can get it wrong next time. I don't remember. No idea.
Did you ever watch The Gong Show, Tony?
I mean, clips, but did I ever sit down and watch The Gong Show?
As a kid, it was fun.
No, I'm not as old as you.
I'm ancient.
I am youthful and vivacious. I've got spunk, which is not something you would say about anybody who's young. What's the other word they use?
Virile.
No, well, virile is definitely a word they would use for me. That's definitely a word. Not is it spry? There's another word. It's eluding me right now. I went full Joe Biden. I can't remember the word. But no, I don't think I ever sat down and watched full episodes of the Gong Show.
I mean, the chat room didn't get it.
Yeah, well, the chat room is coming over a very, very rough weekend and a lot of hangover. Chat room is not always, on all cylinders on a Monday, and you got to feel for it. On Tony Katz today at noon, we'll have the latest on what's going on in New Jersey with the ICE facility, and ICE is fighting back. Thrilled to see that. This bigot Graham Plattner, this predator Graham Plattner in Maine, and why are progressives pushing him? Why are they so desperate to have him win a primary? Now, there's a whole conspiracy theory involved with get him to win the primary and then force him to withdraw, and then Democrats can put in anybody they want. But understand that this is a guy who has the Nazi tattoo. This is the guy who is stalking women on social media. This is the guy who, what was the latest on him? What was the latest on Graham Plattner? Was it? That's right. About the texting of women and his marriage and everything else. And then his campaign manager threatening a staffer for going public. That's it. This is who progressives are. They will scream Trump here, there, and everywhere. Who cares? This is who they are. This is the party. Hate for Trump allows them to do anything and support anyone, including a guy with a Nazi tattoo, who's unapologetic about it, wore it for years. They still support this guy. This is who they are. Graham Plattner is them. They are Graham Plattner. It is one and the same. There is no distinction, which is why those people who would consider themselves moderates of any kind, they may hate Trump, but they can't vote for this. It's why Spencer Pratt has opportunities in Los Angeles. I will admit the opportunities are there for the primary. Very, very reluctant to say that they're there for the general because they don't play that way. The numbers don't work out for him that way. But people are exhausted by this lunacy. These progressives are terrible. Understand that they can't run a state, they can't run a country, they can't run a city. The Indiana Democratic Party cannot run this state. And you can point to the mayor of Terre Haute, Brandon Sackman, all you want. The policies of the left cannot run a state. They can't do it. And they are getting more and more radical every day, and they are pushing the moderate to the side. The city Democrat hates the Midwest moderate with passion. They also hate women. They hate women. And then they'll scream that you can't define what a woman is, and then there's Representative Ocasio-Cortez supplicating herself by wearing a hijab in the outdoors. She's not in a mosque. These people are embarrassing. Bernie Sanders goes campaigning with the guy with the Nazi tattoo. Am I supposed to say, as a Jewish man, I feel this way? I'm sorry. As a rational person, you're like, Bernie Sanders is a commie pinko full of crap loser who has no business being in the Senate. He's a loser. And he supports the worst of the worst. His ideology is rank. This is what he supports. That's monstrous. He's a disgusting person. And the people who vote for him are disgusting people. I am not saying you have to agree with everything that I believe. I am saying that clearly is gross. Why in the bloody world would you vote for it? Now, a different kind of gross is Diego Morales. The convention is coming up for the Republicans, and we are done with Diego. We're done. I don't know if it's going to be Max Engling or Jamie Rittenauer or David Shelton. I do not know who is going to win the Republican nomination for the Secretary of State race. I know this, delegates, we're done with Diego. Diego Morales doesn't answer questions. Diego Morales once referred to this network, this station, as fake news. He called us fake news. Effing Diego called us fake news. He called us fake news at IBC. Him and his team never backed it up. Lindsay Eaton never backed it up. I would call her a liar to her face. Never backed it up. Just called us fake news and then moved on. So he's the fake news. But it's radio and we have to move with speed here. So we just shorten it to effing Diego, right? Just make it easier on everybody. We call him effing Diego as opposed to fake news Diego because it's shorter to do. It's effing Diego, right, producer Carl?
Absolutely. We're just trying to help the audience.
So all we're trying to do is trying to help the audience. So effing Diego, the hiring of the brother-in-law, the car, the trips that he won't explain, the thinking that he's special for showing up to work early, which is what all of us do. He thinks he's Trump. He's nowhere near Trump. Trump actually has accomplishments. The best of luck thinking that somehow you're going to paint yourself as that. Oh, but if indeed it is true that Diego Morales tried to paint people like the treasurer, Daniel Elliott, as bigoted for being opposed to him, I dare him to try it. I dare Diego Morales to try it. My God. No. Republicans were done with Diego. That's the difference. We know when someone is no good. Progressives rally around the people who are no good because that's who they are. And I'll have more on this at noon. I'll catch you guys then. Appreciate you being here. Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, Tony, looking at northbound 65, stop and go before Raymond up to Washington.